From Reg Sherman Field at Kersh-Rooney Stadium in New Orleans, Crescent City Sports is proud to bring you high school baseball. Tonight it is the second game of a District 9-5A series as the Brother Martin Crusaders play host to the Archbishop Rummel Raiders. And a pleasant good evening, Ken Trahan, on a cloudy but pleasant evening in the City Park region of New Orleans. Joined by my good and great friend, former Tulane star, Kenny Forsang. And tonight a great matchup between two longtime rivals taking place. The Brother Martin Crusaders having a terrific season to date. The Rummel Raiders, young but promising, doing battle in the second game of the series. First game went to Brother Martin 6-4. Last Friday night, Crusaders scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the sixth inning to win that one. Rummel swept the two games a year ago. Kenny, you've been part of a lot of these as a player in this league. Pretty special, right?
Well, it's always pretty special when you have two great teams like this playing one another. And it's always going to be close games. And lately, the Raiders have played the Satyrs very tough. It's been battles every year, and I believe Rummel even swept them last year.
Sure did. But Brother Martin wins the first game this year, and the Crusaders are playing great baseball under Jeff Lupo. They've won 12 consecutive games coming into this one, 20-4 overall, 7-0 in the Catholic League. Rummel is 14-13-1 and 4-3 in district play, but the Raiders have lost their last three in district play. So it's been a bit of an up-and-down season for a very young Rummel team that has very few seniors, and they're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores. Brother Martin, a more seasoned team. We pause now as just about set for the national anthem. Lights are on here at the ballpark this evening, and everyone being asked to rise, doff their caps, and we'll have the playing of our national anthem to get things started here this evening from Kersh-Rooney Stadium. For tonight's game, first of all, for the Rummel Raiders with a record of 14-13-1 under the direction of Frank Cazzo, leading off in center field, Evan Berg, batting second at second base, Gavin Nix. Rhett Centeni at first base hits third. The cleanup hitter and catcher is Josh Sterling. Batting fifth at shortstop, Giancarlo Sebia. Anthony Mooney batting sixth in left field. It's Casey Averard, seventh at third base. The DH is Shane Hurstius, and batting ninth in right field, Ruben Ramirez. It is Berg, Nix, Centeni, Sterling, Sebia, Mooney, Averard, Hurstius, and Ramirez. On the mound for the Raiders, the right-hander Brock Bollinger. For the Brother Martin Crusaders, 20-4, 7-0 in the league under the direction of Jeff Lupo. Leading off at shortstop, Andrew Sieta. Walker Bazile hits second. In center field, it's Bryce Goche. In right field, batting third, Eli Booth, the left fielder, cleans up. Hitting fifth at third base, Colin Roussel. Sully Stringer is at first base, hitting sixth. Reese Roussel, the third baseman, bats seventh. It's Julian Oob, the catcher, hitting eighth. And Frank Randall, the second baseman, hits ninth. Sieta, Bazile, and Goche, Booth, Roussel, and Stringer. Roussel, Oob, and Randall. And on the mound for Brother Martin is the ace of this staff, Alex Lesch. Lesch has been simply outstanding thus far this year. Lesch 5'10", 165. And a senior. And on the year, Alex Lesch, 7 appearances, 6 starts. He's 4-1 with an outstanding 1.96 earned run average. 39 in the third innings, only 37 hits allowed. 23 runs, 11 earned. He's walked 14, struck out 47 in those 39 in the thirds. Now he has hit 13 batters, which is a high total, which tells me he's not afraid to pitch inside, Kenny.
Nope, he's going to come up, he's going to challenge you, and he's going to be mid to upper 80s. and you better be ready to swing the bat because he's going to throw strikes and challenge the hitters.
Weather conditions, cloudy skies. The temperature is 76 degrees. The relative humidity is pretty high at 73%. The wind out of the southeast at 10, so it's a pitcher's night. Wind's blowing in tonight here at Crescent.
Yes, I think I could even pitch tonight with the way this wind's blowing in.
Challenge hitters, right?
Throw strikes and make them put the ball in play.
Interestingly enough, these two hooked up last year. Brock Bollinger in a start against Brother Martin here at Crescent was the winner as Rummel beat Brother Martin 7-1. Bollinger went 6 innings that night, only 3 hits, 1 run, and picked up the win. Alex Lesch pitched in relief in that game and threw 2 1/3 shutout innings as the starter. Mason Keene was the loser that night. So they've been there, done that, and seen each other before. Leading it off for the Raiders, the freshman Evan Berg at 242, no homers and 16 driven in. He was 1 for 2 with a double and 2 RBI in the first matchup. First pitch of the game, Sales High were underway right on time at 6:30 here at Crescent Stadium, where the lights are on to start the ball game. Outfield's going to be shallow much of the night with the wind blowing in. 1-0 to Berg, the next pitch on the way. Hard hit ground ball to third, off the third baseman's glove. He recovers, he throws, and he still got him. Ball was hit so hard that Roussel was able to recover and throw him out. That's how this one starts.
That's a nice play. Roussel was in on the grass a little bit, so it got to him a little quicker than normal, and it went off his glove, and did a great job hustling, made a turnaround play, and threw it to first base.
Here's another freshman for Rummel, the second baseman, Gavin Nix. 231, no homers and RBI, 0 for 3 hit by a pitch in the first meeting. First pitch from Lesch, swinging a foul. Raiders are up there hacking. It's 0-1.
The Raiders are going to go up there and swing the bats.
Against a pitcher who typically is around the zone. Brother Martin in their home whites tonight, wearing the Koriezu jerseys tonight in recognition of Koriezu, which merged with St. Aloysius to become Brother Martin in 1970. Swinging a foul back by Nix. It's 0-2. And our good and great friend and sponsor, Larry Gibbs, was here tonight to throw out the first pitch wearing his Koriezu uniform. We're going to have to get him up here and maybe get him on during the game, because Larry is a phenomenal supporter of what we do and just a terrific gentleman in all phases. There's the 0-2 pitch. Little number toward third, foul. Got jammed, but Nix fought it off and able to stay alive. And no balls and 2 strikes. Centenni on deck. Raiders in their road grays, wearing the sleeveless grays, the red sleeves, red caps, red stockings.
They used to call that Cincinnati-style uniform with the sleeveless.
Sleeveless, yeah. The Reds did that frequently. 0-2 on Nix. Lesch always works from the stretch. And here's the pitch. Missing down and out for a ball. Kenny likes to work from the first base side of the rubber. Talk about that and how pitchers decide what side of the rubber they're going to work from.
Well, it's really what you feel comfortable with. As I pitched, he's in his stretch now.
First, the 1-2 pitch. That's way outside, 2-2. Tried to backdoor him, but it was missing.
Your fastest pitch is just the shortest distance. So the shortest distance for the right-handers from the right side of the mound inside to a right-hander. So for him to go inside on a right-hander, he has to cross the rubber a little bit.
2-2 the count. Here's another pitch, and Nix swings and misses. Struck him out for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone.
He was behind everything. He was pitching him inside and really got on his hands the first 3 pitches that he fouled off.
2 gone for Rhett Centenni, the first baseman, at 291. The junior with 4 homers leads the team. 21 RBI, tops on the team. Great power from this junior. Here's the pitch on the way. And he took a fast strike. It's 0-1. Now, you'll note Centenni hits in a very closed stance. Don't see that a whole lot, do you?
No, you don't. And good pitchers will go in on guys with a closed stance or guys that have an open stance and step toward home plate.
0-1. Missing down and into Rhett. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Raiders are without their star sophomore Mikey Ryan, the LSU commit, back injury. Still out for at least another week. They really miss his presence. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball hit to left field. Won't carry here. Left fielder there making the catch. Booth inning over. 1-2-3 inning for Lesch to get things started. And that's what you want to see from pitchers tonight. Throw strikes. Ball's not going to carry here tonight.
No, he did a great job. I wasn't keeping track of pitches there, but I want to say he threw about 11 pitches maybe. And that's a great start for Lesch.
That's exactly how many he threw. 11 pitches with 1 strikeout in the first. And now the Raiders will take to the field. They'll have Mooney in left, Berg in center, and Ramirez in right. With Avrard third, Aaron Sebia short, Nix at second, Centenni at first. Sterling does the catching, and Brock Bollinger on the mound for the Raiders. Brock was hurt and didn't pitch until maybe about 12 or 13 games into the season. So they had to wait on him because he was good for this team last year. So he's pitched in 6 games, 1 start. Brock on the year is 1-2 with a 5.83 earned run average. Only 13 2/3 innings pitched, just 9 hits allowed, but 11 runs earned, 8 walks. A bit of an issue, 11 strikeouts and 4 hit batters. So the 8 walks and the 4 hit batters. He will hit batters. We saw that last year. He hit 3 batters in the win here last year against Brother Martin. But Brock will use both sides of the plate, a junior, and of course, he's had very good teaching, hasn't he?
Yeah, I would seem to think so. I mean, between his dad and his uncle, probably 2 of the best players that come out of this area. And he's steady. If I want to say he's the opposite of Lesch, he's not going to throw as hard. He's going to throw his breaking stuff over the plate, and that's what makes him effective. He almost sets up his breaking pitch as opposed to setting up his fastball, and that's how he gets a lot of good hitters out. And sometimes his fastball runs a lot in on the right-handers, and that's why he hits batters sometimes.
Brock is a pleasant, poised young man. He certainly has no fear out there. And, of course, you were referring to his dad, Kirk, who does quite a few games for us on radio and does a great job. And, of course, his uncle Jimmy, both of whom pitched in the major leagues, which is a rarity to see 2 brothers that made it to that level, but they did. Jimmy out of Southeastern via University of New Orleans, I should say, via Archbishop Rummel, and Kirk out of Southeastern via Archbishop Rummel. Andrew Sietta will get things started here this evening for the Crusaders, to be followed by Basil and Goche. This is a really good hitting team at 318 as a team, and they have great balance between righty and lefty hitting as well. Tough to pitch to. Yes. Here's Sietta, 346, no homers, 14 driven in for the Brother Martin shortstop. Bollinger, the sign from Sterling. And the first pitch from Brock on the way. Up and in. Now, Bollinger pitched 2 innings in the game against Brother Martin Friday night. He gave up a run on 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. He's back out there tonight pitching because they feel like that's their best option. He beat Brother Martin here last year. 1-0 pitch. That is a strike called at 21.
Well, the only negative is that they've had a chance to see him this year now. And sometimes that's a great opportunity for the pitcher who has not been seen. And these guys have to go up there and not having seen him this year.
1-1 pitch is a breaking ball, missing down and out. It's 2 balls and a strike. Shade the hitter slightly to hit to the off-field, and much like we saw with Brother Martin defensively, the Rummel outfield is shallow. Make him hit it over your head tonight with the wind blowing in. The 2-1 pitch. Tapper foul at the plate, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Coaches are telling their players, hit the ball on the ground tonight. Make them make plays. Pop-ups are the easy outs. And anything hit is going to be held up because that flag is stiff right at us in the press box.
2-2 the count on Sietta. Bollinger the sign. 2-2 pitch. Just missed the inside edge. Good take. It's full 3-2.
That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes.
3-2 the count. And the payoff pitch on the way. Sietta swings and fouls it. Good at bat. You'll see a 7th pitch here. That's what you love seeing from your leadoff hitter.
Great at bat. Whether he gets out here or not, it's a great at bat for him to make Bollinger throw 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches.
Andrew was 0 for 4 in the game Friday night. Another payoff pitch on the way. Swinging a line drive, base hit to right. What a great at bat by Andrew Sietta. Leadoff single.
Now I have to tell you, I had Brother Martin earlier in the year against Jesuit, and they had something like 14 hits, and of those 14 hits, 12 was to the opposite field. They do such a great job of going away, of going right with the away pitch.
Here's Walker Basil. What a season he's having. Batting .460 on the season. No homers, 14 driven in. He had the big 2-run double in the win against Rummel Friday night. He was 2 for 4 in that game. Left-handed hitter. Infield hoping for a double play ball. Sietta can run some. Sterling can throw some behind the plate. Bollinger will stretch and pitch outside. Slide step, quick to the plate, but well off the plate. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Sietta has stolen 10 bases on the season in 12 attempts. Play Basile hit the other way. Sietta leads the 1-0. Swinging a foul out of play. Parking lot alert. It's 1-1.
Brother Martin is also very capable of playing small ball. I mean, they do a great job of executing sacrifice bunts and bunts for base hits and safety squeezes.
Yeah, there's a reason they've won 12 in a row. They do everything well. Ball and a strike, and the pitch. Ooh, didn't get the call on the outside edge. Might get an indication there of the plate tonight. A little bit tight. It's 2-1.
That's a great location. You know, that's a borderline pitch, and as a pitcher, you hope you get that. You got to find where the umpire is going to call it a strike and throw it there.
Here's the 2-1. That's way outside and high, so 3-1. He was 3-2 to Sietta. Now he's 3-1 to Basile. Brother Martin already seeing a lot of pitches.
Yes, too many pitchers right now.
And you wonder how far Brock can go, having pitched 2 innings on Friday night as well. 3-1 the count, pitch on the way. That's high, so it's 2 on, nobody out. And the table is set for the Crusaders and Bryce Gauthier. Gauthier, 346, a homer, 13 driven in. 1 for 4 in the game on Friday. Here comes Francazzo right away. He calls the pitches for the Raiders, and he wants to have a chat. Now, everybody loves when you have a good future, when you've got young players. But as a coach, it can drive you crazy because you want the future to be now. Patience is a great virtue, and he's got a very young team.
Well, you know, when they play well, and I ran into this into one of my seasons in Dallas when I was over there, and I had a great sophomore bunch. A great freshman bunch, and I expected them to be much better as sophomores. And they were better, but they weren't much better because they were still sophomores.
Here's Gauthier with 2 on, nobody out. Big chance for Brother Martin right away. Runners away first and second. Bollinger pitches. Good curveball, strike called. So first hitter he's gotten ahead of, which can change an at-bat, change an approach.
Well, sure it is. I mean, it's much easier to pitch 0-1 than 1-0 or 2-0 where he was starting.
Nice crowd for a weeknight here at Kirsch-Rooney.
Yes, it is.
0-1 the count. Stretch pitch. Breaking ball, fly ball to left. Going to hang up from Mooney, who's a very good left fielder. Runner tags at second. He is going to take a look but not advance. And Mooney hits the cutoff man. Mooney's a very good left fielder for the Raiders. He's made some outstanding plays this year. And anything in the air tonight is not going anywhere.
Right. And that's just a great play for him right there. It was well hit, but it stayed up in the air.
Eli Booth, the left fielder, will hit 314 at a homer and 17 driven in for Eli. Good player. 2 for 4 with a double, 2 RBI in the first meeting between the two teams. Lefty swinger, as I mentioned, they go righty-lefty. Very good balance in this lineup. Pitch on the way. Missed away, ball 1. Almost cuts it a little bit, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, he turns it over. It's just maybe his arm angle, but that ball starts on the plate and breaks off. I mean, it has great movement on it.
All about the arm slot. 1-0 the count. Check of the runners. Long look in the pitch. And a swing and a fly ball to short left. You got to come get that. Shortstop out. Left fielder on. He's there. Mooney makes the catch for out number 2. Again, he's a good left fielder. Gets good reads. Positions himself well. And turns into an easy out. So 2 gone. And here is Colin Roussel, the third baseman. Colin at 338, no homers. 16 driven in. Another lefty swinger. In from the left side. Roussel, the senior.
Now he's open. He's got an open stance a little bit.
Of course, the first movement will probably be to close. We see that with guys that are wide open. Check of the runners by Bollinger. Pitch is on the way. And a ground ball right side to first. Santani has it. He's going to race to the bag and win the race. And the inning is over. So Bollinger does an excellent job after giving up the hit and the walk to start the inning. 2 men left. We played 1 with no score here from Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. So again, he's poised. He didn't get rattled at all after he had the first 2 base runners reach against him and got 3 relatively easy outs after that.
He settled down, made some good pitches, got ahead of the counts, started throwing the curveball over the plate, and that pitch ran to the outside part of the plate, and the big left-handed hitter tried to pull it, and it's a ground ball to first base. That's what makes Brock so good. I was going to say Kirk. That's what makes Brock so good.
Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner. The Lamarck Collision Center repairs all makes and models, and they make the repair process easy. And with their state-of-the-art equipment and certified technicians, it will be done right by Lamarck. Thursday night, have a special game/telethon of sorts when we do Lutcher at Chalmette. And Ronnie Lamarck will be there to present a sizable check to tornado relief for Araby, his hometown. And of course, Ronnie is a Chalmette graduate as well. And we deeply appreciate him and what he does all the time. It is deeply appreciated. So on we move to the second inning here with no score. Ken Trahan, Kenny Forsang with you from Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. Back to the mound is Alex Lesch. Used just 11 pitches in the first. Retired the side in order with a strikeout. He's got Booth in left, Bazile center, Goche in right, with Colin Roussel third, Sietta short, Randall at second, and Stringer at first, and Oove doing the catching. Leading it off for the Raiders here in the second inning is Josh Sterling. Sterling, one of the few veteran players on this team, a senior. 269, a homer, and 8 RBI. Josh really helped this team moving behind the plate this year, where he's been a good catcher. First pitch, checked his swing on a ball that was in, and they appeal, and he did. So it's 0-1 on Sterling.
I didn't think he did at all.
Unless it touched the bat.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was foul ball.
0-1 the count on Sterling. Next pitch from Lesch, down and out. And it's even at a ball and a strike. Aaron, Sebia, and Mooney will follow. They've got Sterling as a dead pull hitter here.
Yes.
1-1 the count. Next pitch from Lesch on the way. That one's high.
And you know, these teams play each other so much. There are no secrets. It's like with the Saints and the Falcons. There's no secrets between these teams because they play each other so much.
Well, as mentioned, these two pitchers faced the opposing team a year ago at this ballpark. Chopper foul over toward the Brother Martin dugout. And the count is even on Josh Sterling. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score here in the top of the second inning. Sterling back in. Stretch in the 2-2. Swung on it, missed. Got him to expand. Down in the zone and away for out number 1.
And that's what happens when a pitcher stays around the strike zone. With 2 strikes, you got hitters that are going to be chasing pitchers' pitches because you know that they're going to be throwing strikes.
1 gone. And here's Giancarlo Sebia, the talented sophomore. Swings and fouls the first pitch. Sebia, 298. No homers, 12 RBI. 2 for 3 in the first game against Brother Martin. Of course, he's Rummel's best pitcher. And pitched in that game as well. Defense betrayed him a little bit. Gave up only 2 earned runs. There's the 0-1 pitch. That's down. It's 1-1. Lesch keeping the ball down early.
You cannot give good teams 2, 3, or 4 errors. You're not going to beat good teams doing that. Just like you're not going to beat them if you walk 2, 3, or 4 people.
And the 1-1 pitch. High with a hook, and it's 2-1.
I am still so impressed with all the catchers in the Catholic League. They are all so very good.
And now Lesch steps off, walks behind the mound. Will collect himself. And now stride back up the hill. 2 balls and a strike on Aaron Sebia. Next pitch. And that is down and out, so it's 3-1. And again, we're getting an indication early that you're not going to get much of anything off the plate from this home plate umpire. And that's what you have to adjust to. 3-1 the count. And another foul back. And what I mean by that is different home plate umpires have different zones. And some will give you that inch or two on the corners. We haven't seen that yet in this game for either pitcher. And all you're looking for is consistency.
I mean, if it's a strike one time, it's got to be a strike every time. It can't be a guessing game.
Payoff pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center field, hit right at the center fielder. Making the catch, Bazile. Route number 2 again. Ball's not going to carry. And playing shallow, perfectly positioned was Bazile. Aaron Sebia, good at bat, flies to center. Anthony Mooney will bat. Anthony at 250. Junior with no homers, 13 RBI. So for 1 in the first meeting, was hit by a pitch. Solid left fielder. He's gotten some big hits for this team this season. Lesch is ready and pitching. And that's high with a hook. It's 1-0. And there goes Booth to the mound. His breaking ball's been up a little bit early.
You took the words right out of my mouth. His breaking pitch has been up. In fact, that was the ball that was hit to left field. It was hit good, but the wind held it up. But he's got to get that curveball down if he wants to stay effective.
Well, this is one of those nights you can pitch up. Because, again, anything in the air is probably not going to go very far. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Good breaking ball there. Well, catcher goes and says something. He snaps off his best hook, and it's 1-1.
Isn't that funny how that always happens? Somebody goes out there and says something, the next pitch is great.
It is. It's almost predictable, right? A ball and a strike, another pitch on the way. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, a bare hand play by Lesch. Wow. You don't teach that, and you don't want to see it very much as a coach.
No.
But when you catch it cleanly and you make the play and you don't get hurt, then you love it as a coach, right?
And then he's high-fiving everybody with that hand, so it must not be hurting too poorly, too badly.
Nothing doing here. In the top of the second inning, Lesch has set down the first 6 he's faced. It's on to the bottom of the second with no score. That's a natural reaction as a pitcher, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, it's just something that happens. I probably reached back with my bare hand a half a dozen times, and thankfully, I never touched the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, one time that I can remember is Randy Bush out at UNO hit a ball back at me. I thought I was dead. And I just stuck my glove up and it went in. I mean, it's a scary feeling when those guys hit line drives back at you like that. Sometimes it's coming back out harder than when you threw it in.
It is a scary sight. You end up about 55 feet from home plate. Ball coming right back at you. Fortunately, that ball was on the ground. And had he not fielded it cleanly, it's probably hit because he probably deflects it.
Correct.
Carom somewhere. But clean play by Lesch. Excellent play. And on to the bottom of the second. Bollinger back to the mound through 17 pitches in the first. 9 strikes. Walked 1. Pitched around it. Sully Stringer leads it off. Louisiana Tech commit. Stringer, 322 hitter with a homer, 13 RBI for Sully. Right-handed hitter, big and strong. Out of a slight crouch right side. First pitch on the way from Bollinger. Good breaking ball for a strike call.
If he keeps throwing that over the plate and mixing up his pitches like that, he's going to have a good night.
No balls and a strike. Next pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. The fastball looks harder after you throw that slow curveball. It's 0-2.
It seems like it adds about 5 miles an hour on your fastball. Now, of course, this is the first time I've seen him throw this year, and he's throwing much harder than he did last year.
Good location as well.
Correct.
Ahead 0-2. Stringer waits. Pitch from Bollinger. Showed him the fastball off the plate. 1-2. Threw the ball where he wanted to.
Right.
Hitter would not expand.
Trying to get him to chase.
Which will happen when the pitcher's ahead of the hitter. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way to Stringer. Breaking ball, that missed away, so it's 2-2.
I honestly think he did the same thing with the breaking pitch there. He wanted that off the plate a little bit to see if he could get him to chase one. Now this is the payoff pitch where you're telling him, put it in play.
2-2 the count. Bollinger delivers. Breaking ball fouled. Right side out of play. Stringer.
Brother Martin will foul pitch after pitch after pitch off. I mean, it's amazing how much they can have back control and just wait for another pitch, just foul one off.
Can really wear you out, right?
Oh, absolutely. It frustrates you.
2-2 the count. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a foul back. Let's do it again.
You know, in the first inning, I don't remember which hitter it was, but they got the base hit to right after 7 or 8 pitches. And that frustrates you.
Right.
Here you are, you're making some good pitches, and the son of a gun keeps fouling them off.
Holding at 2-2. And another pitch to Stringer. Nice pitch. Struck him out looking. Stringer knew it. Perfect pitch by Bollinger. Fastball paints the outside edge for out number 1. That's a quality pitch.
Well, and he may have been caught guessing on that one. Because by the way he took the pitch, I think he was surprised.
1 gone for Reese Roussel, the third baseman, at .321, no homers, 14 driven in. First 7 hitters in their lineup hit 300 or better. Tells you a lot. Another left-handed swinger, the first pitch. And that's a strike. It's 0-1. Nice. Reese Roussel was 1 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 RBI against Rummel in game 1. Sterling the sign. Bollinger brings it. Roller foul over toward the Brother Martin dugout. Quickly, Bollinger ahead of Roussel 0-2. We got a special moment in memory from all of our longtime webcasts coming up in the 4th inning here. And want to get a special guest up here at that point, too. You're going to have to go scout him out. 0-2 the count. Next pitch on the way. Fastball away. It's 1-2.
Staying ahead of the hitters, so important.
1-2 the count. And another. Breaking ball, little flare in the left is a base hit. That's just a great piece of hitting. A pretty good pitch, but just reaching out and poking it where it was pitched was Roussel. That's a beautiful 2-strike approach and a 1-out single for Reese Roussel.
Right, so
that's just good pitch, good hit. That's all.
You know, you tip your hat to a guy doing a great job on a great pitch. 2 hits for Brother Martin, both opposite field.
Julian Oob bats, the catcher. 148, no homers, 9 driven in. Roussel leads from first. Bollinger to the plate. High for ball 1. Reese Roussel swiped 5 bags this season in as many attempts. 1-0 on Julian Oob. Ready the pitch. Runner goes and a chopper up the middle. Second baseman comes to get it. Collides with the runner and he's out. Everybody get up. Okay, that's what we want to see here. Because Roussel ran right into Nix and it was incidental. One guy's trying to get to the bag. The other guy's trying to feel the ball. And unfortunately, Reese Roussel's not getting up.
No, and that's unfortunate. The base runner has to give the fielder the chance to field the ball. And when he fielded it, he took 1 step and was in the baseline, and they just happened to collide. It was nothing malicious or anything like that.
No.
It's just
It's just incidental.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing that can be done, but you don't want to see anybody down. Hate to see this.
Right.
Rummel's already without 2 of its starters that are out injured. And now Reese Roussel is slow to rise. The situation will be a runner at first, 2 outs. And there's the replay that we're able to see. And, yeah, look, he's running to the inside, though, of the bag rather than straight out. And the reason he's doing that is he sees the fielder coming at him. So he's trying to slide inside to get away from the tag. And that's the right thing to do as long as you're in the baseline.
Right, and also to avoid the collision. Because it's up to the runner to avoid the collision.
One more time, Kenny. Tell us about what you see here.
Well, you know, it's a tough play. The second baseman comes up. He makes the play, takes 1 step, and he's in the baseline. And the Brother Martin runner is running inside, trying to avoid it. And unfortunately, he's still down. So I hope he's okay.
Yeah, this is, again, a little bit long for him to be down. And And it's very unfortunate, and everyone waits, and Bollinger has to wait too. He probably will want to take a toss or two. They're trying to help Reese Roussel up right now. Flexing that left leg right now as we speak. Got him up. He'll get a hand from both sides. That's the way it is in this league. You got great rivalries, but really good fans and good alumni that really respect each other.
Right.
And really, this is really unfortunate because Reese is not able to put any weight on his left leg and has to be basically carried off him. It's just a terrible thing to see.
I hate to see that when they cannot put any weight on their leg. And then you wonder if it's a knee, is it an ankle, or?
Fortunately, the fielder was not injured on the play. It's just one of those things where it was just incidental and unfortunate.
And that was a collision. I mean, it wasn't like some little tap.
And as I suggested, Bollinger took a warm-up toss, and it could have been a long wait for him. So, and now Oob comes off. We might get a courtesy runner as we get in high school. All the time, my favorite or least favorite rule, as I like to say, Gavin Berry is going to run it first. Berry will run it first.
It gives some other guys a chance to play.
Go ahead, man. I'm happy for Gavin. I'm happy for everybody who gets to play.
Right.
I'm just not a fan of all this. I call it free substitution because that's what it is. All right, here's Frank Randall, the second baseman. Randall in from the right side at 328. The pitch, hard hit base hit left field.
Wow.
How about that for a number 9 hole hitter hitting 328? Yes. And he ropes the first pitch in the left.
And Brock got the pitch up a little bit. It was belly button high.
2 on once more, much like in the first inning. And now the lineup turns over for Andrew Sieta, and he singled to start the ball game. For the Crusaders, it's 3 hits now for Brother Martin.
I know we had this conversation before. If you got a guy that's a good fastball hitter, you put him at the bottom of the lineup because he's going to see more fastballs.
Here's Sieta. Check of the runners. Pitch from Bollinger. Nice curveball for a strike call. Good 12-6 movement there. Pitch started up, dropped down, and moved both vertically and.
Yes, that's a knee buckler.
Yeah.
You start that at the hitter. There's going to be knees buckling, trying to get out the way.
Broke down and away. 0-1 the count. Check of the runners once more. Next pitch, good pitch, strike call.
Indeed.
So good location on 2 of them, and it's 0-2 to Sieta. Runner at second base is Berry. Runner at first is Randall. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning.
Let's see if they try to go in here and try and keep him from going the other way.
No balls, 2 strikes. Stretch and the pitch. Fastball line foul to right. Again, with 2 strikes, their approach is so good. Just stay inside the ball. Go the other way, make contact, stay alive.
That's a tough pitch to hit. That was off the plate.
Runners return to their bags.
And he just does a great job of letting the ball travel, and he doesn't change his swing. He just hits the ball the other way. Does a great job.
Sieta waiting. Bollinger taking time now, ready. Hunter dances off second and draws a fake throw. Certainly, Berry got Bollinger's attention. Shortstop Aaron Sebia really not close enough to be able to threaten the runner. Runners lead once more. And now they do pick off the second, and oh my. If he'd have held on, he'd have been out, but the ball arrived at the same time as the runner.
Almost another collision.
And he didn't slide back in.
No.
I mean, the ball, if that ball sticks in the glove
he's out.
Of Aaron Sebia, he's out. 0-2 the count. Runners lead once more. And the pitch. Down and out. Breaking ball. Good take by Sieta. And it's 1-2.
And then let me add also, they don't swing at bad pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Ball and 2 strikes on Andrew Sieta. Bollinger once more from the stretch. And to the plate. Way high. So now the deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the number 2 inning. And I'm out of twos.
And you're out of twos.
There you go.
This is wild.
Seattle waiting. Another meaningful at bat. Runners away first and second. Bollinger with a 2-2. And he fouls a good breaking ball. And again, they are so good at extending at bats. And Seattle, remember that first at bat, he saw 7 pitches. Well, he's about to see the 7th pitch in this at bat. Brock Bollinger's pitching well. He's been able to get to 2 strikes on a lot of hitters, and obviously fighting to finish them because these hitters are so proficient at being able to put bat on ball.
They just do a great job. Just do a great job of swinging the bat and getting their pitch.
Another 2-2 pitch from Bollinger. It's way outside and high. So now the runners will start. Big advantage for the Crusaders as it's 3-2 on Siena. Not only does it mean a runner will definitely score on a hit, 2 could score, but more than that, it takes away force play possibilities with the runners taking off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners set to go. Bollinger getting the sign. Will stretch. And Brock turns towards second, knowing full well there's no play there, just breaking the rhythm.
Well,
collecting himself.
You're hoping that this guy on second base really isn't paying attention.
And
maybe
steps off again.
Right.
Seattle stepped out, gets back in. Play him to hit to the opposite field. Big gap in left center. On 3-2, runners go. And a swing and a ball hit towards second. Caught by the second baseman. Nick softly hit off the end of the bat. Inning over, and Bollinger does the job again. Strands 2 for the second straight inning. A hit and 2 left. We've played 2, and we are scoreless from Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. And we're back in a moment here at CrescentCitySports.com. On we head to the top of the third. No score here from Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. And pretty good start here, Kenny.
Great ball game. Kids making plays, putting the ball in play. We got guys, pitchers that are getting some strikeouts. So good ball game.
Casey Avrard leads it off. Third baseman, 170, a homer, 4 driven in. First pitch on the way. Is down for ball 1. 26 pitch. Made by Lesch.
Yes, that's a good outing so far. Another close stance with Avrard.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pops him up right side. That's going to be out of play. Count is even at 1-1 on Avrard. Of course, his dad, Corey, was an awfully good pitcher, wasn't he?
Yes, he was very, very good and just threw gas. I mean, he dominated.
He's here watching this evening. 1-1. Hard hit ball foul down the third base side. And it's 1-2 on Casey, who's also Rummel's starting quarterback in football. Junior. Of course, his older brother CJ was a fine pitcher at Jesuit.
Very athletic family.
And you have a lot of those mixed families in this league.
Yep.
People at different schools. Mentioned Larry Gibbs. We'll try to get him on in the fourth. Corey Azu grad. Struck him out on a breaking ball away, fooled him badly. Throw to first for out number 1. Strikeout number 3 for Lesch, who's faced 7, and he's set down 7. That's a pretty good start.
Yes, it becomes pretty easy when you're an infielder and outfielder when your pitcher's just doing a great job.
Shane Hurstius will bat.
That was a great 2-strike pitch.
DH at 221. A homer 15 driven in. First pitch. Missing away for ball 1. And the 1-0 off the end of the bat, foul. It's 1-1.
An off-speed pitch. Don't know if that was a breaking pitch, but it was certainly not the velocity of his fastball.
So a ball and a strike on Hurstius. DH was hitting in the cleanup spot for much of the year, but slumped a bit. Back in there, the junior. There's the 1-1. And a good breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Makes it 1-2.
Now, I don't know if this is their strategy, but, the first 2 innings was predominantly fastballs. Now this inning, he's thrown probably more curveballs already.
1-2 to Hurstius. Fouled back to the netting. Ran that fastball in under the hands. Hurstius fought it off. We're in the 3rd with no score. One and 2 the count. Ready once again. Pitch on the way. Misses away. High and away, 2-2.
Now, whatever he throws here, if he throws his breaking pitch here, you want to be able to throw that breaking pitch also 3-2.
2-2 the count.
No.
And there's a swing and a miss. Tag him out. Have to throw to first, he says. Hurstius stopped running. I mean, you can't stop running.
No.
2 outs. Maybe he thought he was tagged, but you got to go.
Right, until you hear out, you keep running.
Quickly 2 disposed of on strikeouts. 4 now for Lesch, who set down all 8 he's faced, and here's Ruben Ramirez.
I don't think the Raiders have hit a ground ball yet. I think they've had the strikeouts and then fly balls. You're not putting any pressure on Brother Martin.
With 2 gone, Ramirez took it away for a ball. Ruben at 278, no homers, an RBI. 2 for 3 with a walk in the game on Friday night. Very fast runner, wide receiver in football for Rummel. 1-0 the count. Here's another pitch. That's down, and it's 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes on Ramirez. Batting with nobody on, 2 outs here in the 3rd. New ball requested by Lesch, and he will receive it. Pitchers can do that, and do, inevitably.
He wanted to cut one.
Two balls and no strikes on Ramirez.
Ooh.
Who takes it just inside. He ducked out of a way of a breaking ball, but it broke closer to the plate, but it's just in and high, 3-1. Or 3-0, I should say.
3-0, yeah.
So he'll take a pitch here on 3-0. Lesch always works from the stretch. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and that's high. So a 4-pitch walk. The first base runner for Rummel is a 2-out walk to Rummel's fastest runner. So Ramirez trots to first, see if they want to try to do anything here with Evan Berg to the plate. Well, Berg hit the ball hard his first time. Third baseman knocked it down and was able to make a play on it.
Right.
Good play by Roussel.
And third base is playing back here. He was on the grass earlier.
So watch Ramirez at first. Very good speed. 7 stolen bases. Doesn't have a big lead. Pitch is way outside and low for a ball. That's 5 straight out of the zone by Lesch.
Yeah, he should just step off, kind of regroup.
I think if you get deep in the count, you start the runner, but he's got a very short lead.
Yeah, there's no lead.
Here's the 1-0. Fast strike. It's 1-1. Sure, the first base coach is going to talk to him. He is now, actually. Got to get a bigger lead than that for several reasons, regardless of whether you're running or not. 1-1 the count, still a short lead. Now he extends it a bit. The pitch. And a hard hit liner in the center. That's going to be caught right at the center field of his ear. Inning is over. Bergs hit the ball hard twice, but he's 0 for 2. No runs. One man left for Rummel. Bottom of the third coming with no score from Kirsch Rooney as we march on. And again, that's the first base runner for the Raiders. And so far, Lesch is, other than the walk, he's thrown strikes and struck out 4. He's just made them put the ball in play when he has. They've been answering beautifully.
So it's been strikeouts or pop-ups. They haven't hit anything harder. Oh, I'm sorry. Other than the first ground ball to start the game off to the third baseman. You're not going to get a lot of runs if you're just striking out and hitting pop-ups. Make players make plays. Those guys that are paid $1 gazillion will throw one into the bleachers.
So we're in the bottom of the third. Brother Martin will send their 2, 3, and 4 hitters up. Basile, Goche, and Booth here in the bottom of the third inning. As we watch Bollinger warm up here. Get ready to go here in the third. Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Ochsner Sports Medicine Institute. Get the same sports medicine care the pros receive with minimally invasive treatments and quicker recovery times. Visit Ochsner.org/sportsmed to learn more or schedule an appointment near you. So here in the bottom of the third inning, Basile leads it off against Bollinger. He walked his first time. This will be pitch number 40 from Brock. 24 have been strikes. He's walked 1 and struck out 1. And a swing and a base hit to right. So Basile, first pitch swing. That's the second first pitch swing we've seen for a base hit.
Yes.
Of course, that's a guy hitting 460, and you can see why.
And that pitch was in on him, and he turned on it, and he drove it in the hole between first and second.
Nicely done by Basile, and they have the leadoff man on for the second time. And here's Bryce Goche, fly to left his first time. Basile at first, with nobody out, has a good lead. The pitch is high for ball 1. Bollinger's had to be out of the stretch all night thus far, right?
It seems like Brother Martin has had 2 runners on base every inning.
7 stolen bases for Basile. Brother Martin swiped 81 as a team. They like to run. The ball and no strikes.
They like to run. They like to hit and run, too.
Pitch. Ground ball left side. That's trouble, base hit. First and second, nobody out as Goche slaps it through the hole. 5-6 hole in the left field. And now a great opportunity for the Crusaders with 2 on, nobody out, much like they had in the first inning.
Well,
here's Eli Booth.
And Rummel's shortstop was playing double play depth.
Yes.
So that means he was 3 or 4 steps towards second base. So that ball found a hole.
And now Eli Booth, who flew out to left his first time. Runners first and second, nobody out. That's 5 hits for Brother Martin. Here's the pitch on the way. Going to bunt, and he missed it, and it's 0-1.
That was over his head.
Booth poked at it. Missed connections. Let's see if they keep the bunt on or switch off here. The cleanup hitter. He's driven in 17 on the year. First and second, nobody out. Stretch and the pitch. Going to bunt. He poked at it again, but pulled the bat back. They appeal, and he went. I was going to say he did poke at it.
Yes, he did.
And it's 0-2.
That's a good call.
So the bunt not effective here. Booth probably goes to hitting now. Both pitches were up and out of the zone.
Right, that's what I was going to say. He's got to pull back on both of those pitches. Neither one of them were strikes.
No balls and 2 strikes. Basile second, Goche first. Time called. Runners will take their leads once more. Booth waiting. 0-2 pitch, high and away. So 1-2 to Booth.
Again, outside trying to get him to chase a bad pitch.
Mm-hmm. Nightfall arriving here at the ballpark. Lights taking full effect. 1-2. Breaking ball struck him out. Great pitch, split the heart of the plate. Booth was not looking for that at all, and that's out number 1.
Well, the pitch selection set it up. You know, he went 0-2 with the fastball away and came back with that slow breaking curveball, and it just froze the left-handed hitter.
One gone for Colin Roussel. Roussel grounded to first unassisted to Centani to end the first inning. Shade him slightly to hit to the off field. Bollinger to the plate. Oh my, pretty good pitch, called a ball again. Looked good. Might have gotten some of the outside corner of the knees, but ball 1.
Well, the catcher was setting up out there, but I mean, the ball was not outside, so it had to be low.
1-0 the count on Roussel. Brock will stretch, high stretch position. Here's the 1-0. Down and in, got away from Sterling. Runner's going to try to advance, throw to third, and he is safe at third on a very close play.
And a great
and Frank Cazzo is going to argue that. He is going to argue the call. You're not going to get a win on the. You're not going to get a call changed.
No.
That could have gone either way. We'd love to see that again because that was really close.
That was a great slide where he slid to the back part of the bag and grabbed the base with his hand.
It would be a wild pitch, will be a wild pitch. They're not going to overturn this unless the home plate umpire decides to intervene, and I don't see that happening at all. And Frank Cazzo is not happy about it.
Well, I mean, he shouldn't intervene on this. I mean, this was just a great slide.
And Coach Cazzo talking to the home plate umpire as he departs. Like, did you see it? So the man on the spot saw it, and he called him safe, and that's what matters.
Right.
So it's 2-0, and that's a big wild pitch because now a base hit could play 2, and any kind of ground ball could play to run as well with the infield back.
You know, subjective calls are never overturned. I mean, the only time you might get something overruled if there's a rule that the umpire was not enforcing or something like that. So, I mean, I think Frankie just made an appearance to make his presence known.
2-0 to Roussel. Second and third, 1 out. Crusaders threatened and time called by the hitter at the last moment, which is one of my pet peeves. I don't like it on any side, and it's not the hitter's fault. The umpire's got to grant it.
Right.
I just think when their pitcher's ready to pitch, you make him stay in.
Correct.
2-0 the count. Another on the way. That's outside. It's 3-0. So there's a base open, but you got a very dangerous hitter in Stringer on deck. So it's 3-0 to Roussel. Looking to put his team on top here in the bottom of the third inning. On 3-0, here it comes. Right down the middle, it's 3-1. Roussel was taking all the way, figuring that the 3-1 pitch will be just as good to hit.
Got to be just as good.
Three balls and a strike on Colin Roussel. And ball 4, not close. So,
right.
Bases are loaded with 1 out. Walk number 2 for Bollinger, and now Sully Stringer, the Louisiana Tech commit, with the chance to strike a blow. He struck out looking back in the second on a really good pitch. Bollinger's had to work out of trouble in the 2 previous innings. He's in the biggest amount of trouble here in the third.
Right. But he's going to gut it out. He's a competitor.
Time called as things are slowed down with runners on the bags. All 3 occupied. Basile third, go chase second, Roussel first. From the stretch, Bollinger to the plate, Stringer. And a strike called, it's 0-1.
Good pitch. That even looked like a little bit of a slider or something. Had a little movement to it.
No balls in the strike. Ready once again. And the pitch. And a swing, a line drive, base hit, center field. Will score 1. Second runner will be stopped at third, and Brother Martin takes a 1-0 lead as Stringer drives in his 14th run of the year.
That looked like that was a curveball that stayed up, and Stringer did a great job of just going back through the middle with it instead of pulling that front shoulder out and trying to yank it. Did a great job, got a run across, and the Satyrs lead 1-0.
So base is still loaded with one out. We're going to get a pinch hitter, it appears, for Brother Martin. Okay, so we don't have a 37 on the roster, but they're wearing the Koriezu jerseys, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. And the home plate umpire is coming to talk to Frank Cazzo, who's saying, I don't have a 37 on my roster either. And that's who's coming to the plate.
Yep. Interesting.
24, yeah. 24, okay. So Jeff Lupo just told us that's Colby Hunter that's going to bat. So it's Colby Hunter wearing a different number tonight who will be hitting for Reese Roussel. Reese Roussel, he didn't hit for him, but remember, Reese Roussel left the game injured.
Right.
Colby Hunter is hitting in his place. The umpires are discussing, and I'm sure it's all about the number.
Right.
And again, they're wearing different jerseys than what they normally wear here tonight. And that's why Frank Cazzo wants an explanation. And it's a long explanation at that.
And I'm really not sure what the rule is.
Mm-hmm. Well, in basketball, if you don't have a corresponding number, you get a technical foul. But that's basketball.
Right.
So no harm, no foul here.
Right.
It is going to be Colby Hunter batting. We do know this. So here's Hunter batting for the first time in a big situation with the bases loaded, one out. Colby Hunter 8 for 16 on the season. That's 500 with 6 RBI. And again, steps out. Things have really slowed down. So you come off the bench with a guy that's 8 for 16. This is a deep team.
Yes. You know, they just bring hitters to the plate, off the bench, out of the stands, out of the parking lot. They just...
Bases loaded, one out. Bollinger to the plate. That's outside for ball one to Hunter.
No place to put him. Got to put it in play here. Hopefully we can get a double play.
Colby Hunter is a junior. Well, Brother Martin hoping for a big hit here to try to lengthen this lead. Here's the 1-0. Foul back to the netting. It's 1-1.
Even at foul balls, they hit good. I mean, just so many guys that can swing the bat.
Hunter 6'5", 220. At the plate with the bases juiced and one out.
That 33-inch bat that he uses, probably it looks like a toothpick.
Stretch and the pitch. Swinging a foul on a breaking ball. It's 1-2.
Had him on his front foot, did a good job, but again, that breaking pitch was still up. He's got to get his breaking pitch back down.
One and two the count. The pitch. Breaking ball flared down the right side. It is a foul ball. Ball kept slicing. And it just sliced foul by about 2 feet off the bat of Hunter. That ball started fair, but it had a lot of slice to it.
Yeah.
Inside out swing. Everybody returns to where they came from.
And it actually looked like he got in on his hands a little bit, too. He didn't hit that ball that well. Again, though, another 5 or 6 pitch at bat.
1-2 the count. Runners lead every base. Hunter waits. Here it comes. And he would not chase the high heat. Tried to climb the ladder. Good discipline by Roussel. And it's 2-2. Good idea by Rummel. But he wouldn't swing.
Absolutely. Now this is, again, the payoff pitch. Got to put it in play right here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, not the payoff, but the money pitch for the pitcher, obviously.
Right.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners lead. Once again, the pitch. Swinging a foul back. Continuing to spoil pitches. Another 7-pitch at bat. And the pitch count continues to climb for Bollinger, who pitched on Friday night. All credit to the hitters. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners lead again. Stretch and the pitch. Ball 3, way outside, and now you've run it full. Now you will have a payoff pitch with what you call a game situation. Brother Martin with a chance to really have a big inning and open this game up. Rummel trying to keep it where it is. This becomes the biggest pitch of the game. 3-2 to Hunter.
You want to keep that one up there and not go to a curly number here.
Runners lead. Bollinger stretching. Payoff pitch, and Hunter swings, and he misses at a fastball inner portion for out number 2. So Hunter is retired, and now Julian Oob, who grounded into a fielder's choice. He hit that ball that the tag play happened on the way to second, and Russell got hurt on back in the second inning. And certainly our thoughts and prayers are with Reese Russell that it's nothing serious. So here is Oob with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Bollinger from the stretch. Bollinger to the plate. Breaking ball strike. It's 0-1.
Great pitch. That strikeout pitch just now was great location under the hands.
Calls Aaron Sebia to the mound. He also is going to talk with Nix, sophomore and a freshman. Again, the future is bright for Rummel. It's a very young team. Also in this league, Holy Cross, a very young team.
Holy Cross is starting an 8th grader at short.
No balls and a strike. And there's strike 2 called. So 0-2 to Oob.
That ball is starting at the hitter's ear, and it is winding up on the right shin of the catcher.
0-2 to Oob. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1-0 Crusaders. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Game at the hour mark as we speak, and time call once again by the hitter. Seen a lot of that.
Well, you want to try and get the pitcher out of his groove, you know?
Oob back in right side. Stretch Bollinger. 0-2 pitch, and he missed down and out with a hook. 1-2. Oob recognized it and laid off.
That's got to be a cutter or a slider, because that's certainly not his curveball. But good pitch, though.
Ball and 2 strikes to Julian Oob. Roche 3rd, Roussel 2nd, Stringer 1st. Bollinger with the 1-2 pitch. Missed away. It's 2-2. Again, to that money pitch at 2-2.
Yeah.
And again, these deep count at-bats so frequent in this game against Bollinger. Battling. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. And another on the way, and ball 3. So now he's run it full, and now the merry-go-round begins. Every runner going from every base. Fun playing baseball to watch here.
Yes, it is. And I always wondered what the rule is if the pitcher kicks up and throws to the 3rd baseman to make a play here.
3-2 the count. Runners lead. Time called yet again by the hitter. So once more, slowing things down. Bollinger trying to make his pitch to stay in this game. Brother Martin trying to open this game up. Oob waiting. Runners take off, payoff pitch, and that's strike 3 called. He broke a beautiful hook right over the heart of the plate. Bollinger pumps his fist, and the inning is over. Brother Martin gets a run. They do it on 3 hits. No errors. They leave 3. Brother Martin's left 7 men on base already. We played 3, 1-0 Crusaders on top. Back in a moment here on CrescentCitySports.com. On we head to the top of the fourth inning. It's 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, and 7, count them, 7 left for Brother Martin. It's no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left for Rummel. So you got to give Brock Bollinger a ton of credit, Kenny. He's been able to pitch around danger all night long to this point to hold Brother Martin to 1 run.
Well, that's a sign of a good pitcher. He's going to make his good or his best pitch when he has to. And it's very, very competitive of him to be able to do that. And to see a 3-2 pitch with bases loaded and 2 outs, it's crazy. I mean, just a great pitch. Just a great pitch to get him on.
Ready to go in the fourth. And here we go in the fourth inning, 1-0 our score. Ken Trahan with Penny Forsang. Have a special remembrance highlight coming up for you, and hopefully a special guest here the next half inning. Gavin Nix will start it in the fourth inning for the Raiders. Still looking for their first hit of the game. Left-handed hitting freshman Gavin Nix. Struck out his first time. Swings and fouls the first pitch here. It's 0-1. No balls and a strike on Nix, to be followed by Centani and then Sterling here in the fourth inning for Rummel. Lesch has pitched extremely well. Here's the 0-1. Down and in to equal the count at 1-1. Ball and a strike. And a swing and a ball hit down the left field line. That is a foul ball by a foot. That was really close. Well struck ball, but just foul. And the count goes to 1-2. Nix made a bid right there. It came up just short. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nix, who goes back to the plate now. For the Raiders, Centani and Sterling will follow here in the fourth inning. Gavin back in from the left side. Lesch from the stretch and to the plate. And a swing and a chopper off the leg, foul. So it holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Gavin collects himself. Again, you don't see this in this league very often, where you see this many freshmen starting games on the varsity level. All these years in this league, it's not been something we've seen much of until recently. The next pitch to this freshman is down and away. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gavin Nix, Kenny.
And you're absolutely right about that. So many kids are playing so much ball today. They're getting better younger.
So it's 2-2, and here's the pitch. Little roller toward the mound. Lesch, first base side, gloves it. Easy chance, throw him out. So 1 gone here in the fourth inning, and the batter will be Rhett Centani, who flew out to left his first time. 4 home runs on the year, their best power hitter, maybe the best in this league. Well, we got a special moment coming up at the end of this half inning, and a good and great friend and one of our biggest supporters, and the man I love, and his family's just as good as it gets. Gold standard for sure when you think about the Gibbs family. And Gibbs Construction has been a staple of this community for so many years, and they've been a staple of what we do here at Crescent City Sports for many years. As Centeni swings and misses, the patriarch and our great friend, who's adorned properly here tonight, Larry Gibbs, is joining us. Now, Larry, it's great to see you. Welcome.
It's great to see you, too.
Well, first and foremost, thank you once again for supporting this and allowing us to do this for all these years, because we couldn't do it without you.
Well, thank you very much. You have a good organization here.
Well, we're very grateful for what you do. By the way, that reminds us that tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 45 years, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. How's that for on cue?
That sounds great. Thank you very much, Ken.
Centeni strikes out swinging. Lesch continues to roll. He's not allowed a hit yet. I guess I shouldn't say that too often. Here's Josh Sterling, who struck out swinging back in the second inning. Brian was an outstanding player. It was a pleasure watching him and seeing him. And, of course, Emerson I love. And Emerson just marrying into our family here shortly, just a wonderful young man, a tremendous pitcher, and a real blessing, which is setting the stage because we got a special moment that we're going to flash back to right at the end of this half inning. I got a feeling you know what it's all about. So
good. He's a good boy. Both of them are good. Baseball has been a large part of their life too, and helps them develop character. We're really proud of them.
Strike call to Sterling. It's no balls and a strike. Corey Azu night. I mean, you're proudly wearing the Corey Azu cap, the Corey Azu jersey. Saw you on the field. I had to run upstairs to get ready for this, but that's a special night to commemorate that school, right?
Very much so. I graduated in '65, and there was no teams in '65, so I didn't get to pitch or play.
They waited till you left, right?
Yes.
0-2 to Sterling. Boy, Lesch is in a rocking chair out there, Kenny.
He's just cruising right now. He's up in his zone and just throwing the ball by the last two batters.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Job.
Sterling waits. Another pitch from Lesch on the way. Struck him out swinging. Back goes flying. Inning is over. That's strikeout number 6 for Lesch, who's mowed him down with no runs, no hits again. Bottom of the 4th coming 1-0 our score. And Brother Martin leads Rummel. But right now, tomorrow marks the 10-year anniversary of one of the great high school baseball games in New Orleans history when Rummel and Jesuit met at John Ryan Stadium. And Jesuits' Emerson Gibbs and Rummel's Mitch Seawald were both brilliant in that game. Gibbs lasted 15. There's Emerson. Before he finally handed things off to Andrew Mitchell, brings back a few memories, I'm sure, Larry.
It sure does.
Mitchell, by the way, worked out of a bases-loaded jam with a strikeout in the top of the 18th inning. That was memorable as we see him make that pitch right there to Strand Rummel's bases loaded. And then in the bottom of the frame, Spencer Miller singles to left field off of Papadopoulos. And the Jesuit Blue Jays win an absolute thriller, 2-1 at 18 innings. It lasted 6 hours, whatever. Kurt Bollinger's here watching tonight. He did the game for us that night, and that was pretty special. Great crowd that night, great memories. And I know you saved that memory, didn't you?
I did. One of the things that's important to note that I thought was the most important moment of the night, when we won the ball game, Jesuit won the ball game, and it was a tremendous game. And when we were walking out to the parking lot, Mitch Seawald came up to Emerson and congratulated him very sincerely.
Yeah.
I almost started to cry. It was such a sincere moment for a young baseball player, young high school player. And then we got in the car and we're driving off, and we got stopped by Papadopoulos.
No kidding.
I promise you.
Wow.
And I thought that was such a display of good sportsmanship and character. It kind of outshadowed the game from a long-term perspective, and it was a great game.
That really is. But I think that really reflects what Kenny and I talked about earlier in this game, is the relationships in this league. It's a special league, isn't it?
It is.
There's great people all around.
Yeah.
Frank Randall's going to lead off the bottom of the 4th for Brother Martin. Crusaders lead 1-0, or I should call him the Kingsman tonight. First pitch to Randall is swung on and chopped foul, third base side. Randall singled in the second. Now this is Kirk Bollinger's son pitching, Brock Bollinger for Rummel. He's pitched out of trouble all night. He's shown a little character, right?
Yeah, he did. Had the bases loaded and did well.
They stranded 7 runners. Brother Martin's had a chance to really build this lead, but only 1 run to this point. Randall's 0-1, and the next pitch from Brock Bollinger on the way. And a line drive smash to third on one hop. Avrod picks it clean. He made that look easy, right?
Yeah, he made that look very easy. We all know it wasn't.
Really good play. That's another name that you know pretty well. Avrod is where his older brother CJ pitched at Jesuit. His dad, Corey, was a great pitcher at Rummel.
Correct. Very good for a baseball family. I just saw him downstairs a minute ago.
Corey's a character.
He is.
Here's Andrew Sietta, who has a single, and he's popped out to second base. Leadoff hitter for the Crusaders/Kingsmen here tonight. And I love the fact that Brother Martin does this to honor the legacy of its 2 schools which merged. He's hitting the back. So first hit batsman of the game. Sietta takes one for the team. As mentioned, Bollinger's done that. He opens up with his delivery sometimes, Kenny, and that's where he gets involved to hit batters.
I think periodically he drops his elbow and just changes his arm angle, and it really causes the ball to run even more. You know, a special thing that I remember about that game that not a lot of people talk about, Emerson, from the 6th inning to the 14th inning, threw a perfect game.
Yeah, they didn't get anybody on base. Yeah, they got the run early against him, and then Jesuit got the run, and then you got Emerson just throwing strike after strike, hitting corners left and right with everything he threw, and then the big kid just pumping hard stuff in there.
Yeah.
Strike called. It's 0-1 to Basile.
That's one of the great games in New Orleans history. No question about it.
Well, we still get comments to this day all the time about it. And it's 10 years later. That's why we wanted to commemorate this, because we've been doing this since then. And we got started back then. And what a year that was in 2012. Pitches a swing, a liner to left. A runner was going. Mooney is there. And again, Mooney plays a solid left field. He reads everything well. Runner returns to first. You mentioned it, Kenny. They like to play hit and run.
Yeah, well, hit and run. You know, he. I don't know if he was trying to get him to balk or not, because he really left too soon. And
Bollinger went through with the pitch anyway.
Went through with the pitch and was able to get a fly out. And now you got 2 down with just a runner on first.
Bryce Gauthier is flying to left. He has singled. And Siena with good speed was running there. Let's see if they want to run with 2 outs. More apt to do so with the lead. You feel a little bit more comfortable in that scenario. Stretch. Pitch on the way. That's a breaking ball strike. That was a special year for Emerson and Jesuit. The Legion team had a special year, too. That was really fun, wasn't it?
That game was 2011.
Yeah.
The Legion was 2012.
2012, yep.
One National Legion.
It was amazing.
They did very well.
Run there for the Blue Jays. 0-1 the count. Joey Latino, the coach at the time, is a pitch high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, I had people still comment on that game left and right from both sides. And the amount of respect. I was talking to Kenny Goodler the other day, who's my neighbor, and Kenny was telling me, what I remember is how the big kid from Rummel, not Seawall, but Papadopoulos came in. He just ate up all these innings, and we couldn't score.
That's right.
And he just kept going back out there, and we finally got a run. Yeah. Thank God, or we might still be playing.
It was quite a game.
1-1 the count on Gauthier. The pitch, breaking ball missed down and out, so it's 2 balls and a strike. Brother Martin's had runners in every inning in this game. They've left 7 on base already. And even though Lesch has been scintillating, he's only got a 1-run lead.
And you got to take advantage of these guys on base. It comes back to bite you. Rummel gets a couple of men on, and then they're 1 hit away from taking a lead.
Here goes the runner. Perfect throw by Sterling. He is a good catcher, as I mentioned earlier, and he guns him out. So this inning is over. 2-6 put out. Sterling with a cannon shows you that one right there.
I mean, the kid had a great jump, and Sterling just threw a seed down to second base on the base.
Nothing but cross here in the 4th. So still 1-0 Kingsville. We'll keep Larry with us for another half inning. Gives us a chance to talk a little bit more. I mean, look, as we saw the replay again, great throw by Sterling. The bottom line is you had a chance to watch your boys play at the high school level, the college level. Equally good, or did you love one more than the other?
No, I think I like high school better.
Yeah.
It was more intimate. But it was a wonderful experience I'll never forget. And it really did good for both my boys. Taught them leadership, perspective, a lot of things about life. And I've always been appreciated that. That's what attracts me to baseball for young boys and girls.
Well, Kenny was a great pitcher at Tulane, so he appreciated both of your sons, too, I know.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I had the great opportunity to work with them when they were little.
Yeah.
That's
exactly correct, both of them.
Both of them. Brian was a great curveball pitcher and competitor, and in Emerson, threw a little bit harder than Brian did, but both great competitors, both great pitchers, and better yet, both great people, great kids.
Well,
the leaf didn't fall far from the tree then.
No, absolutely not.
Really.
I didn't have the baseball expertise that they had, but I coached attitude instead of skill sets. And
you did a heck of a job to see what they achieved on the field and off the field in life, more importantly. So we go to the 5th here. It's 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, and 7 left. Brother Martin, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left for Rummel. So the Raiders haven't scratched yet. But, the storyline coming in, Kenny, Brother Martin, a real good hitting team. Rummel doesn't hit much, and they're missing 2 of their key players, including their LSU commit. So you knew it would be a trouble spot for Rummel to be able to mount any offense tonight against Lesch.
Well, and that's the whole key, and it's not like you can take a strike against Lesch because he's going to throw strikes. So you got to put together 2 or 3 hits to score a run.
Well, here's Aaron Sebia. Flew out to center his first time. This is a talented sophomore. He's going to play somewhere at the next level with his pitching ability and his fielding ability. Pitch to Giancarlo and a swing and a rope to third. Couldn't hit it any harder, but he smoked it right at Colin Roussel. Round number 1. He's hit the ball hard twice, but he's 0 for 2. So when they do make good contact, they're finding gloves.
Right, and there's nothing you can do. My dad used to say it evens out between the doinks and the line drives.
Couldn't have hit this ball any harder, Kenny?
No, not at all.
Smoked it.
And it doesn't even out.
It doesn't even.
It doesn't even out.
That's a myth, right?
That's right.
They tell you that, right? Pitchers never think it evens out. You just ask any pitcher. It's funny. Bollinger will say that when we have him on the broadcast. Danny Ream will say just the opposite. So it depends on who you're talking with, right? There's a strike call to Mooney, who grounded to the pitcher his first time. Danny's busy coaching like crazy, coaching his kids now, and having fun doing that, and planning to coach some baseball this summer as well. 0-1 on Mooney. Sends his best. He's been texting me during the game. The pitch on the way. Down and out for a ball, and it's even up at 1-1. Gibbs Construction rolls on with so many different projects around the metropolitan area, right, Larry?
Well, I'm retired.
I know that.
I retired 2 years ago.
Yep.
My daughter that runs it and her husband. But they're doing very well. They got a lot of projects working on, and big, good future for them.
Swing and a miss by Mooney. It's 1-2.
Lesch went to the breaking pitch there and just totally fooled him.
And you'd love to see Rummel take that approach and maybe looking the other way a little bit. We haven't seen that.
No.
And he's used that breaking ball away to good effect tonight. And he's ahead of Mooney 1-2. And another on the way. Swing and a miss. There it is again.
Right.
So struck him out for out number 2, and Lesch is pitching to form. He's been that way all year long.
Yes, he's outstanding tonight.
7 strikeouts for Lesch. And now here's Casey Everard, who struck out swinging back in the 3rd. Rummel has not gotten a hit. They've only had 1 runner, and that was to first base, so not even close to threatening in this game. 7-inning game and 2 outs in the 5th.
It makes it easy on your defense when you're not putting runners on base.
First pitch to Everard. That sits high for a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. All right, so that's a replica jersey. That can't be your jersey.
No. They didn't have a team when I was there. So
I know that, but you said that earlier, but I was wondering.
Yeah.
I'm sure they still have some players that might have some stuff.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Both my brothers played baseball.
Well, they do the same thing in basketball every year, and we've been able to do the basketball game when they've done the Coriezo uniforms too, and some of the graduates have come, and that's fun to see them and speak with them. 2-0 pitch, and that's down for a ball, and it's 3-0 because we have such an incredible legacy in our town of people from these schools. My father was a Jesuit grad. He loved his school and had a great experience. And, then I have, another relative that was a St. Aloysius grad and loved his school. Here's the 3-0. That's low. Oh, we called it a strike. That pitch looked down.
Well, that hadn't been a strike all night.
Everard certainly thought it was a ball, but it's 3-1 instead. So he has to stand up there and go at it again. 3-1 the count on Casey. Pitch on the way. And that is a strike. Catcher didn't handle it. But now it's 3-2. And now if you're Casey Everard, you probably want to swing at anything close.
Got to be swinging the bat here.
3-2 the count.
Or at least protect.
He's shown you that he's going to call that low strike. Lesch looking to stay spotless here. Payoff pitch on the way. Foul back by Everard on a breaking ball to stay alive. In case you're just joining us, 1-0 in the 5th. Ken Trahan with Kenny Forsang. Special guest Larry Gibbs as we flash back to our incredible game 10 years ago tomorrow at John Ryan Stadium. We opened John Ryan Stadium. We did the first game there, the opener against Holy Cross. It was a special night. John Ryan was a great friend of mine, a wonderful guy, and we lost him not too long ago. Just a lovely person. There's ball 4 low. Speaking of good pitchers, John was a terrific pitcher. My dad and my older brother were Jesuit guys, so I went to their games when I was young, and I saw John pitch. I thought he was, I thought he was Don Drysdale. I thought he was like my eyes popped wide open. And then when I got to know him, later in life, it was like, yeah, that was you. Yeah, that was me. What a nice man. Super guy.
Very, very kind.
And that stadium will bear his legacy for life and his family's legacy too. And what he meant to the community. And that stadium has just not benefited Jesuit. It's benefited everybody in the baseball community.
Correct.
Pitches up and in, ball 1. Look, if somebody needs to play a Legion game there, they can't play on a grass field, they go over there. Joe Sherman's taking his team over there from Delgado to play. They've helped the community at large, and I know everyone appreciates that. 1-0 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss.
It really is a community field, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so great for Jesuit to allow people to use that field the way they do.
All right, I got to ask Larry about one individual here in a moment. 1-1 the count. Runner leads from first. Pitch to Hurstius. Fouls it back. 1-2. Brother Martin Hernandez.
Yes.
Tell me about him.
Well, I didn't know him personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was he exemplified what Brother Martin's all about.
Yeah.
Teaching the whole man, not just how to make a living, but how to live a good life.
Aloysius guy, and just a legendary figure.
He really was.
Down a ball, and again the story. I'm an Archbishop Rummel guy, and Joseph Rummel did not want a school named after him. He was adamant about it. They did it anyway. Brother Martin Hernandez was the same way.
Correct.
But because they were not people that were egotistical or full of themselves, but it was the proper thing to do.
Oh, I thought you were going to say deceased.
No, no, I didn't say that. Just wonderful men.
Yes.
The legacies are fantastic. I personally love the fact that they've chosen those names. Now, I know the Aloysius people wish they would have kept the name. I get that completely with the history that they had there.
Right.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul back. Fisted foul by Hurstius to stay alive. So,
well, were the Coriezu students as upset as the St. Aloysius folks were?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It never upset me at all because I changed the name. It didn't change the school.
Right.
And maybe I had a little adverse opinion, but I would have kept it at a 100-year-old school with Aloysius and a 15-year-old school with Coriezu, and I would have kept
St.
Aloysius.
Right.
Now they'd have 150.
He struck him out looking. What a pitch. So 8 strikeouts for Lesch. He's got the no going through 5. Rummel strands their second runner. Bottom of the 5th coming, and it's 1-0. So another good crowd tonight, Larry. It's a weeknight. If this is a weekend game, you got people standing everywhere, as you know. But again, in this league, you always have good crowds.
Right. Before I go, I want to say I appreciate what you do here.
Thank you.
Glad to be a part of it, and it's a very needed thing. It helps high school sports unbelievably.
Well, we love doing it, and as I said before, it's true. We couldn't do it without you. We really couldn't. I mean, we're an advertising-based entity. We never want to charge people a cent. We don't believe in that. And the only way we can do this is if people like you support it. So we're incredibly grateful. And God bless you and your family. Appreciate you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Larry Gibbs.
Thank you.
Seeing you,
Good and great friend. And what a memory to go back to 2012 and remember that. That was very special to be able to do that here tonight. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, 1-0 lead for Brother Martin. And tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner. Lamarck Ford, the #1 Ford dealer in the Metro New Orleans market. Must be a reason. Speaking of great supporters, Ronnie Lamarck. Fantastic. And we'll see him Thursday night at Chalmette High. And looking forward to that experience. A wonderful man and supporter. And again, Kenny, you can't do this unless people love high school sports and they're willing to put their money up and support this.
Well, it's so great to see so many people popping up and supporting high school baseball. It has been so badly needed for so long, and we cannot do it without the support of these teams' parents, these other people that will come up and help us put the show on. I mean, just great community support for what you do and for what Crescent City Sports does.
Bryce Goche leads it off, bottom of the 5th. He was up there when Sierra was out stealing to end last half inning. Chops the first pitch foul. It's 0-1. Goche 1 for 2 with a single. Got to admire Bollinger. He's thrown 77 pitches, and he's toughed it out. He's been tough out there to keep his team right in this game.
That's right, and just this is what you expected for tonight, for the game tonight. It was going to be a low-scoring affair.
As a fly ball to center, should be easy for the center fielder, Berg. The freshman puts it away for out number 1.
And our flags have kind of died a little bit.
Yeah, they have. It's not blowing in like it was earlier, at least not anywhere near as proficiently as it did earlier.
Right.
1 out for Eli Booth, who's flied to left and struck out. Booth from the left side. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Pulled his head out. He was looking down at the first base coach when he swung on that. It's amazing how kids just get in the habit sometime of pulling the head out, but See the bat hit the ball.
0-1 the count. Another on the way. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
That's a good pitch. That ball ran about 1.5 feet.
Yeah, and if you see that as a pitcher, you try to keep working him away.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna go into the other batter's box here.
Stepped out. Seen a lot of that tonight.
Well, he's gotten into a little bit of a groove. They're trying to break him.
0-2 on Booth. Next pitch on the way. High and away. Tried to stay out there, but was up
Right.
and out of the zone. 1-2. 1-0. Brother Martin / Coriezu here in the 5th inning. A Coriezu night for Brother Martin High School. And now the 1-2 pitch on the way. We're going to miss away. 2-2.
He didn't have a good break on that pitch. Stayed outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
What a good ball game.
Bollinger the sign. And now the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball is short. Aaron Sebia got a hop, sets and throws. Good arm, threw him out. Second out of the inning.
Nice play.
Aaron Sebia normally plays second when he doesn't pitch, but Mikey Ryan, the brilliant sophomore shortstop, an LSU commit, is out with a back injury. So Aaron Sebia moved to short with the freshman Nix playing second for Rummel. And Colin Roussel will bat. Colin has grounded out, walked. Left-handed hitter, open stance. First pitch from Bollinger. Over, but I guess low. 1-0. And again, a good pitch. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, that had to be low.
A couple of those low strikes were called in the previous half inning.
Right.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Chopper slowly. Bollinger trying to go get it. He does. He'll race to the bag himself. Brock Bollinger, like a champ, makes the play unassisted. There's his first 1-2-3 inning.
That's right.
He's done a really good job. We played 5. It's still 1-0. Brother Martin over Archbishop Rummel as we march on to the 6th inning. Well, it's a 1-run game, and yet the drama's there because we can say it right now. We got a pitcher that hasn't allowed a hit yet.
Right. And that's credit to him. I mean, he's just come out and has just dominated tonight. Now, Rummel's hit some hard balls, but they found gloves, like you said earlier. And, Brock has had to battle every inning with guys on base. And, he's only given up 6 hits. It's not like they're hitting the ball off of him that hard. And he's just done a great job of keeping the Raiders in the game, hoping that they can scratch for a run or 2.
So it's on to the 6th with a 1-0 lead for the Brother Martin Crusaders / Coriezu Kingsmen. And back to the mound, Alex Lesch. He becomes the story. 71 pitches in 5 innings. He's walked 2, struck out 8, and as mentioned, has not allowed a hit.
Well, and he's a strikeout pitcher, so he's going to throw a few more pitches. He's just dominating. There's just no other word to use right now.
Yeah, Rummel's only had 2 base runners on the walks. That's it. They haven't put any pressure on Lesch or on the defense at all. And Lesch here in the 6th inning will be working to Ramirez, then the top of the order, Berg and Nix for the Raiders.
Is it Berg that's hit the ball hard twice tonight?
Yep,
right?
He has.
Yeah.
Ramirez drew a walk back in the 3rd inning. Always a threat to bunt as well. Good runner. And trying to get something started here for the Raiders in the 6th inning. Lesch, as mentioned, always works from the stretch. They were in at 1st and 3rd, as I mentioned, because of Ramirez's speed. The pitch is high for ball 1.
Lesch has not lost any velocity. In fact, I think he might be throwing a little bit harder. Another sign of a good pitcher.
Crusaders on a 12-game win streak. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's right through there, and it's 1-1.
He may have been taking a strike with his non-hole hitter.
The other thing about it is Brother Martin has faced after this game, they face the toughest teams in the league. They've already swept John Curtis and Jesuit. 1-1 pitch, down and out, and 2-1. And then Rummel, of course, and Rummel has swept Jesuit. So, and I say that with no disrespect at all to Archbishop Shaw and St. Augustine, but those are the two district teams they have to play after this. 2-1 the count to Ramirez. Next pitch is on the way. That's a breaking ball beauty and a strike called. It's 2-2.
But, you know, this is a funny game. You know, anything can happen on any given day.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Ruben Ramirez. Alex Lesch is ready. And he is pitching. Breaking ball fouled out of play. Haven't seen many long, deep at-bats for the Raiders in this game. I'm looking back. The longest at-bat was a 7-pitch at-bat to Avrard last half inning.
Right, and that's been it, you know.
2-2 on Ramirez. Stretch in, now the pitch. And he got him looking. Beautiful fastball at the knees, 1 out. Strikeout number 9.
Great pitch.
As he continues to mow them down.
So you have 16 outs. You have 9 strikeouts. You had 1 ground ball that the third baseman made, and everything else has been up in the air.
He made the bare hand play on the 1 ground ball as well.
That's right.
So 3 ground ball outs have been hitting the game totally. 3 ground balls. Nick's also grounded out to the pitcher. So 3 ground ball outs, that's it. Here's Berg, and there's a good breaking ball strike. Berg is grounded out hard to third, and he's lined out hard to center. But he's 0 for 2.
And goodness gracious, the last couple of curveballs Lesch has thrown has been very good.
I think he's getting better.
Absolutely.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from Alex. And a line drive in the right center field. Center field, a runner fair is not going to get there. Base hit, the first hit of the game for Rummel. So Berg finally gets one to drop as he's hit the ball hard 3 times. He's got a 1-out line drive single. There goes the no-no. Oh, well.
And it doesn't even out.
No.
That was a little dinker, but he hit 2 balls hard.
Yeah, it was a slicing liner. He hit it pretty well. Not as hard probably as the last 2, but he hit it hard enough and found a hole. And now Rummel has a rare base runner with its first hit. And there's Gavin Nix, who struck out, grounded out. The pitch. And again, a good breaking ball for a strike. He's able to throw that pitch for strikes now anytime he wants to.
Right, and that's going to even make it harder for him to be touched on 2 or 3 hits in a row.
If you're thinking in those terms, Berg only has 1 stolen base on the year. Stretch pitch. That hit him. So Rummel has its first base runner to second base in the game as Nix gets hit by a pitch, and now finally a little pressure put on Lesch by Rummel. 2 on, 1 out for the most dangerous hitter the Raiders have in Centani. I bet Frank Cazzo is telling him right now, see the ball, he might stay inside of it and just look to go the other way. They're trying to work you away. It's one of the reasons he goes closed with his stance, trying to get to that pitch away.
Right.
On a night like tonight, you just want to hit it where they ain't. And I don't want to fracture English, but wind's blowing in. Ball's not going to go very far in the air. Even this guy, as big and strong as he is.
Hit the ball on the ground, I hit a line drive. I think Lesch went to the base umpire trying to say that the hitter didn't get out the way, didn't try to get out the way.
Yeah. To no avail.
Right.
Runner at second, Berg. Nix at first, 1 out. Centani waits. And Lesch pitches. Swinging a foul back. He had a good cut at a pitch out over the plate. That was a pitch to hit.
That was the one to hit.
He did not make connections. It's 0-1.
So here we go. You know, Brother Martin has left, what would we say, 8 so far on base?
They've left 7.
They've left 7. And now Rummel's 1 hit away from tying this game up.
Centani trying to come through. 0-1 the count. Lesch is pitching. And a swing and a line drive to left. That's a base hit. Runner had to make it get down. Now it's bobbled, but he stopped at third anyway. So Rummel loads him up. Ball gets away. Runner's going to be out by a mile. What is that? I don't know. You stop the runner, and then he decides to take off, and he's out by 5 feet.
Yep. Not good base running.
I just think it's a freshman, first off, but secondly, it's a team that's pressing, that's finding it hard to score. So try to do something, but boy, they had their table set there. Would have been bases loaded, 1 out.
Right.
Centani hit the ball too hard for the runner to score.
But he did wind up bobbling it out there in left field, and had you sent him, he scores.
Yes, well, he didn't know he was going to bobble it, but then once the ball got by the catcher, that ball's got to go all the way to the screen to have any chance to score. It did not.
Right.
As we, again, you can watch the replay and see exactly what happens here. The bobble, but he's already stopped him.
Right.
So now he goes back to the bag, and the runner takes off, and he's not going to make it anywhere near being close. There's a chopper up the middle. Shortstop will get it. He bobbles, and he's safe at first, and this game is tied. Well, you put the ball in play. Sterling did that. That's going to go as an error, I'm sure. And as a result, the run scores, and we're tied at 1. And now how big is that runner being lost on the bases now?
Correct.
RBI as Nick scores. Centanni to second. We're tied at 1. This looks like the first game between these two teams. Here's Giancarlo Sebia, and he's hit the ball well. Flew out to center, hit it hard in the second, and he lined a shot to third. Caught back in the 5th. Game 1 between these two teams, it was 4-0 Brother Martin, and then Rummel scored 4 to tie it. And then Brother Martin won it with 2 in the bottom of the 6th. We're in the 6th now.
That's a tough play. Again, though, what we've been saying all game.
Sebia hits a fly ball to center, should end the inning. Center fielder is there and putting it away. Here's Bazile. Rummel gets a run to tie the game on a couple of hits, a big error. 2 men left, 4 stranded by Rummel. Bottom of the 6th coming, tied at 1. Good game. Back in a moment here on CrescentCitySports.com. It's on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tied at 1. Ken Trahan, Kenny Forsang with you from Kirsch-Rooney Stadium. Understand some weather's coming, so let's not have that while this game becomes more dramatic, right? So, again, that's just a player trying to make a play in that situation. But, boy, losing that runner cost them a run. It cost them a bigger inning.
Correct.
So here we go in the bottom of the 6th. This is when Brother Martin won it against Rummel the first time, and they've got the right guy up, Sully Stringer. He singled home their run in the 3rd. Louisiana check commit. Ready. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball strike from Bollinger to get ahead his 86th pitch of the game. Tonight's coverage on Crescent City Sports is brought to you by Ochsner Sports Medicine Institute, treating more than 30,000 athletes a year with innovative treatments for sports injuries. Visit ochsner.org/sportsmed to learn more. Pitch is just high. Sterling tried to frame it, didn't get the call. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next one is on the way. Got the call there. Strike call at the knees on the corner. Sterling, a good receiver. I told you he's a good catcher.
Yes, indeed. I'm very impressed with him.
Good receiver, really good thrower, as you saw earlier.
And effortless throwing the ball.
1-2 the count against Stringer, leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. Time called. Sully will take his time getting back in. And the 1-2 pitch. Grounder foul. Again, the Brother Martin hitters able to foul pitches off with 2 strikes. It's been the story of tonight and the story of their season, really, as to why they're so good as a hitting team and so good, period.
It's hard to strike them out. It's just really hard to throw the ball by him and strike him out.
It's high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another example of an extended at bat.
Correct.
And the 2-2 pitch. Now he's 3-2. So Stringer's battle all the way back.
Good at bat. Again, another 6 or 7 pitch at bat.
Payoff pitch coming from Bollinger to Stringer. And he fouls another one. Just really good job of protecting the plate there.
You know, that was going to be a close pitch. So he fouled it off, made contact just to have another pitch thrown to him. Such good hitters.
Another payoff pitch. Breaking ball hammered to short. 1 hop. Nice pick, Aaron Sebia. Strong arm.
Yeah.
You can see why he's a good pitcher with that arm, right?
Absolutely.
1 gone. That wasn't an easy chance. The short hop.
You got that short hop on a hard hit ball.
Mm-hmm. So 1 gone, and here is Colby Hunter. Struck out his only plate appearance. Came in when Reese Roussel was injured earlier. With 1 out, the pitch. Fastball high and tight.
And Bully is still throwing hard.
Steps off. Again, you have to admire the job he's done. All the base runners against him in those first 3 innings to get out of it with just 1 run. Kept his team right in it. We're 1-1 in the 6th, and there's a chopper right back to Bollinger. He'll toss to first, easy out, 2 gone. Hunter's retired as Julian Oob. Grounded out, struck out, 0 for 2. And we're going to get a pinch hitter here, it looks like, for Brother Martin. So we'll get a hitter, and that's going to be Brendan LeBlanc. So Brendan LeBlanc will hit for Oob. Brendan LeBlanc to the plate. Right-handed hitter. Bollinger made that play easily. And here's LeBlanc. 139 hitter with no homers, 8 RBI. Right-handed swinger with 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch on the way. Missing away, ball 1.
Great spot, though. I mean, that is just such a great spot to place that first pitch there.
1-0 the count on Brendan LeBlanc. Pitch on the way and a swing and a miss. Makes it 1 ball and 1 strike on Brendan.
Tough to be a pinch hitter. Really tough. You got to have a great frame of mind to be able to be a pinch hitter.
Brendan's 6 foot 230, a junior. A ball and a strike. And another pitch on the way from Bollinger, missing way outside, a breaking ball. 2-1. Now Bollinger entered this inning with 85 pitches. He's well over 90 now. This will be his 99th pitch coming up. 2 balls and a strike. Next one on the way from Brock. And a smash to left hit well. Mooney back. That's going to be over his head. Up against the wall. LeBlanc motoring the second with a ringing double. Can't hit the ball any harder than that.
That was a shot. And the wind has died down. There was no wind when that ball was hit.
And now, he's out. What happened here? They appealed first. He missed first base. My goodness. I don't know if we have it again, but we're not going to see it anyway because we got the outfield play. There's the throw back in. But again, he missed first base. Of all things, Rummel appealed. They obviously saw it, and he's out. And Jeff Lupo's getting another. Rummel dugout is the first base dugout, so they had a clear look at it, Kenny.
Right, and your first baseman is taught to make sure the guy touches the base on a ball hit like that. Mm-hmm. It's his job to see the guy touch the base and then follow the runner to second in case you might be able to get a backdoor play. So it was either the first baseman or somebody in the dugout that saw it, and that's a heads-up play. by the Raiders.
Yeah, very smart to watch. I mean, again, that's part of the deal, and the coaching staff clearly saw it, and maybe the first baseman did too, who knows. But bottom line is they spotted it, they appealed it, and they won on the appeal. And the umpire's not going to change that call unless he's sure of it too. And obviously he was. So we go to the 7th, scheduled for 7. What else is new in this league? 1-1?
Right.
We've been here before. So Tyler Sherman's here tonight. We just had 3 Delgado games this past weekend, Tyler, right? All great games, one-run games between Delgado and LSU Eunice. And by the way, the Dolphins won 2 of those 3 against the defending national champion in Division II in the elite program of Eunice. They'll play again in Eunice end of the month. But those are 3 great games to watch. And the other thing about the Delgado program is so many local players on that team. Joe Sherman has always recruited that way. So did his dad, Rags. And it's a pleasure to do those games and see so many players from schools, including these 2, that shine for the Dolphins. Speaking of shining, Alex Lesch has shined bright tonight. He's allowed just 1 run on 2 hits, and that run was on an error, unearned.
Right.
And he's in a tie ball game going to the 7th. Anthony Mooney, Casey Avrod, Shane Hurstius will bat. 85 pitches for Lesch, so he's in a little bit better shape than Bollinger. New catcher for Bella Martin after the pinch hitter as well. The catcher is Egan Prather. So Prather in the catch. And here's Mooney. First pitch. Look out. He gets hit by it, and the Raiders have another base runner. Second hit batsman in as many innings for Lesch. And that's a good start for Rummel in the 7th inning. And not a good start for Lesch. So all of a sudden, 2 hit batsmen.
And we got a pinch runner.
So Rummel will have a runner at first base. And looks like David Alley. It is David Alley who's going to run at first in what is probably a bunt situation here. Right. Frank Cazzo is going to talk with Casey Avrard. I mean, against a pitcher you're not hitting, you got to play small ball in all likelihood, right?
Well, I don't mind not playing small ball earlier in the game, but right now you got to go ahead and run at first base.
Right.
You got to get him the second. I mean, if you don't get him the second, now you got to get 2 or 3 hits to get him in. And now it's the perfect time to get a bunt down.
He showed bunt, took a ball down and out. 1-0 to Avrard, who struck out and walked. 1-0 the count. Avrard has to get the bunt down here. Brother Martin obviously looking for it. Third baseman cheats in. That's Colin Roussel. Short lead at first, gonna bunt. Took it down, it's 2-0. The Rummel runners have been getting short leads all night.
All night long. I mean, unless Lesch has some great move, I really haven't seen him throw over there that much. But Rummel has not been getting good leads.
Pitch is down and away. Suddenly it's 3-0. So now if you're Avrard, you show bunt and you take a pitch, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think you offer it this one.
Fake bunt.
Right. Trying to get the pitcher's attention, distract him if you can. 3-0 the count. With Alley at first, the pinch runner shows bunt and takes a strike. It's 3-1. So now if you get one, you bunt it.
Right. And with this third baseman playing so far in, I'm going to try and bunt it over the first base side.
3-1 on Avrard. Runner at first, nobody out. Shows bunt and takes ball 4 outside. It's 2 on, nobody out. And another likely bunt situation here with Hurstius to the plate. Boy, Lesch had great control. And all of a sudden in the last 2 innings, he's hit 2 and walked 1. And now 2 on, nobody out. And Frank Cazzo is considering a runner at first again.
Right. And of course they can re-enter.
Well, again, don't get me started again on that. So he talks to the runner, Gage Bodie, a junior, is going to run at first. So Bodie will run at first. Runs for Avrard. And we'll get a visit to the mound. No action in the bullpens.
No, these 2 young men have just done such a great job of
Well, Lesch is at 90 pitches. Again, in high school, you got a limit of 115.
Right.
And Bollinger's at 99. So he clearly can go out to start the bottom of this inning. Could conceivably get through the seventh, 16 pitches to get there.
Right.
Or if you start a hitter with less than 115,
right,
you can finish the hitter as well. Just to clarify that. All right, the visits are complete. Hursty is set the plate. The question is, how much has he been asked to bunt? Big guy.
That's the question.
This is where you must get a bunt down.
You know, I mean, unless you have somebody sitting on the bench who could bunt.
Mm-hmm.
And then the starter can re-enter.
Shows bunt early. First baseman crashing. And the pitch is bunted foul toward third. He's right direction toward third, but you don't have to make it perfect. You just have to get it down in that direction, right?
Right, exactly. Just get it down. Make them make. Now, the third baseman is not charging when he squares.
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher is designed to cover the third base side.
0-1 the count, squares early, turn towards second, no throw. Again, you got two pinch runners on base. You got Alley at second, Bodie at first. And this misses away. So it's 1-1. Again, that's another key in this situation is you want to bunt a pitch you can bunt. And don't bunt a pitch that's not a good pitch to bunt out of the zone.
And you don't want to bunt it back to the pitcher. You don't want to bunt it right at the first baseman.
Right, he's crashing. That's Stringer. First and second, nobody out. Hursty steps out.
In fact, if you got a good bunter up there, you want him to bunt it hard to third and make the third baseman
make him play the ball.
Have to play the ball.
And the pitch. He took it over but high, and it's 2-1. It was a breaking ball. It was up. That's the kind of pitch that you can pop up if you offer at it, if it's up in the zone. You've got to get that bat head above the ball and flatten it. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that one, did it get the bat? It did. Boy, that's an expensive strike for Hursty. You either have to bunt it or pull the bat back, and that would have been ball three, but instead it's 2-2, and he's got to swing, I suppose. That really changes things. The little things in this game, getting bunts down, I know as a coach, drove you out of your mind when it didn't happen, right? I mean, it decides ball games.
Drove me crazy.
Now he's got to go to hitting on 2-2. Now he's going to bunt. And he bunts it, and the pitcher will field it, and he got the bunt down, throw to third, and he's out at third. So they got the force play. The runner didn't slide. I have no idea why. I mean, if you're not sliding, you're slowing up going into the bag. It looked like a pretty good bunt.
It was a good bunt. The runner has to slide in the third base there.
You put him,
no question about that.
And you got a pinch runner in the game, and and here it is again. Can he see if he slowed down there? I think he did.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he just slowed out going into the
slow
bag.
Down.
So, again, and that's a runner you put in the game. It's one out now. Big force play. And now Ramirez. It's a 1-5 put out. Ramirez 0 for 1 with a walk. Took it high, 1-0. Again, the little things in the game. The bunt where he got it down with 2 strikes, and he directed it well enough.
Right.
0-1 the count. Stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Or rather, it's 1-1. It was 1-0. Missed a fastball there. It's 1-1. I would not rule out the bunt here either with Ramirez and his speed.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, want him to bunt here.
1-1 the count. Check of the runners, the pitch. He's going to bunt, and he pushes it toward the mound too hard. Pitcher bobbles, recovers, and safe at first.
Wow.
And the bases are loaded with 1 out. Ramirez's speed did the trick. Once you have the bobble with his speed, he gets there. Now the bases are loaded with 1 out on a bunt single by Ramirez. And now you get Evan Berg, who's hit the ball really best for Rummel all night. Here's the play. Here's the play again.
Yeah,
took his eye off it, Kenny.
Took his, he started to throw before he caught the ball.
Took his eye off of it, and that's what changed everything. Are we going to get another runner here? Looks like it.
Second.
Frank Cazzo, the third runner of the inning.
Number 15, Grant Frager at second base. Number 14, center fielder, Evan Berg.
Brant Fry is the runner at second, so Fry runs at second for Perseus. The bases are loaded with 1 out for Berg, who's Grounded out hard to third, lined out hard to center, and he singled.
He's hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight.
Game on the line here. Tied at 1 in the 7th. Squared the bunt early, and he took a strike. Well, if you're going to safety squeeze, that's fine, but took a strike. That puts you behind 0-1.
Right. Don't know what that was. Let's just
He swung the bat well tonight. 0-1 the count on Berg. Stretch and the pitch. Breaking ball down and out. So it's even at 1-1. No indication of a bunt there.
Now there's a great situation. If you go to 3-1 count here, you square around, you let everybody in the ballpark know that you're squeezing, and the pitcher may pitch out, and it just walks in a run.
Runners lead from every base, the 1-1 pitch. He checked it on a pitch down and out. They're going to appeal. The home plate umpire said he didn't go, and their answer's no. And the base umpire, and it's 2-1.
Well, the base umpire can't make that call.
He's in no position
anyway.
to do it.
If he was at first, it'd be different.
Right.
But he's in the middle of the field.
Correct. It's a 2-umpire crew.
Right.
And if he's positioned on the first base side, he can get a better look at it. Did not go, and it's 2-1 on Berg. Lesch looking in for the sign. And ready. And the 2-1 pitch. Hard hit ball fair inside of third. 1 run is home. 2 runs will score. Another runner for third. It's a 2-run double by Evan Berg. This freshman, what a future he has. It's 3-1.
That's a clutch hit in a big situation for a young kid.
Berg delivers Bodie and Fry to make it a 3-1 game. Well, he's hit the ball hard every time, Kenny.
Every time. Pitch on the inside part of the plate, and he just drove it down the line.
No chance for Roussel. Booth did a good job to get that ball in to keep that third runner from scoring. That's a big run.
And he was flying. I thought they were going to send him at first.
Well, that's Ramirez. He's so fast.
Right.
But second and third, 1 out. Here's Gavin Nix, and the infield has to come in.
Oh, absolutely. They got to cut the run at the plate now. They can't give him any more.
Nix has struck out, grounded out, been hit by a pitch, and scored a run. And the pitch. Squares the bunt. He bunts it to the mound. Play will be to first. Second baseman covers, and he is just out on a bang-bang play. The runner thinks he's safe. So does the coach at first, who's screaming about it.
Right.
But called out. I mean, Lesch took his time throwing that ball. The idea to bunt was good, but he bunted it right to the pitcher.
Yeah, you got to place that better than that for your safety squeeze.
Yeah, that's a huge run.
Right.
And I wouldn't be shocked if they walked Centanni here. He's Rummel's most dangerous hitter. Line to single his last time. He's 1 for 3.
Well,
that was close at first base.
That was very close at first base.
Here's Centanni. They're going to pitch to him with second and third, 2 outs. And the pitch on the way. Breaking ball high, 1-0.
Well, the question here now is, okay, so you put Centanni on. Now, Lesch is struggling a little bit this inning with his control. So that might be in the back of Coach Lupo's mind that, we're not throwing as many strikes as we were.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. And Rummel lost a runner on the bases in this inning. This could have been a huge inning.
Yes, it could have.
For the Raiders. Still can with a base hit.
Right.
3-1 Raiders lead in the top of the 7th, trying to gain a split of this series. 1-1 the count. Stretch and the pitch, and it's in the dirt. Nice job by Prather to smother it and keep that runner at third, 2-1.
That's a great job by Prather. I mean, that's a run right there.
Do anything you can to keep that ball from getting by.
Preach that to my young catchers.
2-1 the count. Ready once again. Pitch is on the way. High, and it's 3-1 to Centanni. They wouldn't mind walking him here.
No.
Given the circumstances.
No.
But he's going to look for a cookie here, 3-1.
Well, and I'm throwing a breaking pitch here. I'm saying,
I was about to say that.
Right.
I wouldn't give in.
Don't give in here.
You know what he's looking for, and he's got pop. 3-1 the count. Runners lead second and third, and the pitch to Centanni, and a swing and a miss. He had a huge swing, but missed it, and Prather took that one, and he's hurting. Ouch. That ball must have been tipped because it caught him.
Right.
So it's 3-2. Boy, Frank Cazzo's coming to look, and so is Brother Martin Trainer now to make sure. I don't know where it caught him, but it obviously caught him, and there's discomfort there.
And that may have been Lesch's best fastball of the night.
And, he did foul tip it, so that's what happened, and it caught him. Looked like it might have caught him, a little bit upper region. Yep. And you've got the chest protector, but you still got, and you got the shin guards, but you got bare spots. A lot of bare spots to find, and any ball could find you.
But it obviously caught him in the face mask.
It caught him in the face mask because their chest said it obviously caught him upper. That's what I was saying.
Right.
You could tell by the replay we just saw. It definitely caught him on the foul tip right there. And you saw the mask move. Yep.
Absolutely.
So the mask, he took it right in the face. And they're making sure. Now, keep in mind, they've already lifted their first catcher, so Prather is their second catcher. You don't want to lose him.
Right.
We're going to get up to a big round of applause on both sides.
Coach, they'd be bringing me to the hospital.
I understand. Still checking him to make sure. You just want to make sure.
Well, I'm sure he's concussion checking him
right
now, too.
He wants to stay in.
Well, I mean, what competitor wouldn't?
You got that right, buddy. So Egan Prather will stay in the game, and that's great news. Meanwhile, Lesch will take a pitch or two to make sure he's loose. Prather says, I'm good. And we'll continue at 3-2.
When that happens, you just get stunned. I don't know if there's another word to use there.
Yeah. Centani 3-2. Lesch trying to escape without any further damage here in the top of the 7th inning. Stretch by Lesch. Payoff pitch to Centani. Struck him out on a breaking ball way outside and low. And the inning is over. He doesn't.
No.
He touched the plate. The runner's safe at first.
He thought the bases were loaded.
The bases were loaded, and you've got to throw the ball to first base. He didn't do it. Centani wisely took off and ran hard to first, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Oh, I hate to see that. The young man just took one right in the face mask, and one more time, but the first base is unoccupied.
Right.
And you got to tag him out with that ball in the dirt. And he didn't realize that the bases were not loaded. So Centani reaches on a strikeout, no less. And the inning continues for Josh Sterling, who brought in the first run on a ground ball that turned into an error in the 6th. He's 0 for 3. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pitch to Josh. Breaking ball strike. Lesch makes his pitch. It's 0-1.
Now that's a better curveball he threw right there. That was a good pitch.
No question. 0-1 the count. Rummel trying to open it up. Brother Martin trying to keep it where it is. And a breaking ball back to the screen. Runner wisely didn't come. That ball carried right back to Prather. Ramirez, their fastest runner. But if all the people that would have run, it would be him. But it's a good thing he didn't come if you're Rummel, because he'd have been out easily at the plate. That ball came right back to Prather.
Well, when we played here, when I was coaching, I was always telling my kids it would have to deflect off the catcher. Mm-hmm. If it goes straight back, you're not going anywhere because it's bouncing right back to the catcher.
Ball and a strike. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the pitch to Sterling. And a swing and a miss. Threw the fastball by him. It's 1-2. Lesch trying to make one more pitch and get out of this and give his team a chance at the plate. And they've got the 9-1-2 hitters due up. 1-2 the count. Sterling with 8 RBI waits with runners on every base. Trying to strike a blow. Lesch has other ideas, and he is set, and he is pitching. And a foul back. Holding it 1-2. So holding it, a ball and 2 strikes.
A couple of good pitches there by Lesch.
This is the last batter he'll face in the game no matter what. With his pitch count, it's down. He's at 115 now, but he can finish the hitter. And it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes on Sterling. With the bases loaded, 2 outs. And the stretch by Lesch. And the 2-2 pitch. Down and out with a hook. Blocked by Prather. It's full 3-2. So now the merry-go-round begins once more. Runners will take off from every base.
Right.
3 balls and 2 strikes to count. 2 outs, bases loaded, 2 runs home, 3-1 Rummel on top.
Great job by Prather, doing a great job on the ball 2 feet outside.
Lesch knows he has to make his pitch. Runners lead from every base. They take off, payoff pitch, and a swing and a ground ball, third base side is fair. Into the corner, it's going to break the game open. 1 run home, 2 runs home, third runner for the plate. He will score, yes, on a 3-run double by Josh Sterling. And the Raiders have a 6-1 lead. You talk about coming up with a big hit. They're going to peel third. And umpire's not even looking. We watch it again. The ball's ripped just inside of third. Diving effort by Roussel.
Let's see if the third guy touches. Oh, they don't show it.
No, I mean, again.
Yeah.
No argument, but they're going to make a pitching change because he's run out of pitches here.
Right.
I mentioned he was at 115 into that, in the middle of that at bat. So Sterling delivers a base clearing double to open up this game to make it 6-1 Rummel here in the 7th inning. Our Frank Cazzo has been looking for offense in that big hit all season long. This is a team playing without 2 of its starters, including its best player, and pitching a pitcher who's only pitched 13 innings this year. And here they are up 6-1 in the 7th against a team that's undefeated in the league and has won 12 in a row.
Well, it shows a lot of character for the Raiders to be able to battle back right here in these last 2 innings and kind of take command of the game now. Now it's their game to lose.
Now Sam Gernhauser will come on for Brother Martin. He pitched so well against Rummel. In the first game on Friday night in relief, Gernhauser 3 shutout innings, 1 hit, and picked up the win against Rummel. And that 6-4 game, he comes in here to try to stem the tide. Aaron Sebia will be up as the 9th batter in the inning for Rummel. My Lesch pitched beautifully and just, he hit a batter and he walked a batter. When you give them those free base runners, it's going to be a problem, right?
And in the difference then, the last 2 innings, is Rummel put the ball in play.
Well, they got 3 base runners first of all, and then they put it in play.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know.
And then when they did strike out, the mental mistake that kept the inning alive, that changed the game. If it's still 3-1, it's a different game. 5 runs is going to be very difficult to overcome. But let's keep in mind that would have been the 3rd out, and it wasn't. And you hate to see that for the young man. I mean, obviously, it's just a mental error. Came after he got shaken up.
And he's thinking about it. Nobody hurts more than the kid that makes the error. Mm-hmm. I just can't stand to see, people yelling and screaming and all that kind of stuff when nobody feels worse about it than the person that made an error.
Aaron Sebia wants to play head on. He's hit the ball hard tonight. He's flied to center twice, hit the ball hard, and he lined out hard to third. Made good contact. Now he faces Gernhauser for the first time with a runner second, 2 outs in the pitch. And that's a strike, and it's 0-1. We got another runner in the game at second for Rummel. That's Mason Scholl running at second for Sterling. Here's the 0-1. Popped him up within the inning. Short left center field. Who wants it? The center fielder there. Making the catch is Basile. Inning over, but Rummel has an inning. Raiders bat 9. They score 5 runs in the inning on 3 hits in this frame. No errors officially, and the Raiders strand a runner. They've left 5. Last chance coming for Brother Martin. Rummel leads at 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Well, you get 2 big doubles in that inning, Kenny. The first by Berg that gave Rummel the lead. I mean, what a freshman he is. He plays a good center field. He's a good-looking young hitter. What a great future he has.
Again, just coming up with the clutch hits. He got a freshman, not that experienced, comes up and gets the Raiders actually started, Then you got your older guy to come up, and then he hits a bases clearing double. Great job by the Raiders because, they could have packed it in on Lesch. They could have said, oh, this guy is just shutting us down. Let's go home. But they didn't do it.
Well, another thing that kind of peeves you is the fact that, Lesch gets charged with all those runs are earned in that inning, and he should have been out of the inning with just 2 runs. But, again, a mental mistake kept the inning alive, and then Sterling made him pay.
Correct. That's
2 balls ripped just inside of third down the left field line.
Right.
That delivered the goods for Rummel, and now bottom of the 7th, 6-1. Raiders on top, and now Brock Bollinger, who's done one heck of a job for his team, is out there with a chance to win it. Now he's at 99 pitches, Kenny. So he's got 16 pitches to use. He's going to face Randall.
He's saying, I got 5 pitches per batter.
Yeah. Understand Tulane UNO just went into a lightning delay, so it's close.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's close. Here's Randall at the plate. Randall is singled and grounded out. First pitch from Brock on the way. Ground ball to third. Tough hop. Nice play. Throw across, and he got him.
Wow.
1 pitch, 1 out. Avrard made a nice play. Threw a strong ball, and Centani made the tag. 1 pitch, 1 out. Andrew Sieta will bat. Sieta singled, popped out, been hit by a pitch. And we'll see it again. This is a nice job by both sides, by Avrard and by Centani.
Right, that is a great job. Oh, he's got a cannon for an arm from over there at third base.
Pitch on the way. Ground ball up the middle. Nice play. Bollinger fields it, flips it, 2 gone. Raiders are an out away from a big win.
I thought he was going to run that over the first.
He did it earlier.
Did it?
Yeah. Walker Bazile will bat. Win streak is in big jeopardy for the Crusaders here. Bazile singled and walked. He scored a run. He's lined to left. He's 1 for 2, and he's a terrific hitter. And again, this is good job by Bollinger. He fields his position well, Kenny, but he ends up in a good fielding position, doesn't he?
Right. He's there ready to hit anything that comes back at him.
Bazile, the last chance for Brother Martin. Pitches on the way. Tap foul off the end of the bat. It's 0-1.
Took a little bit off that curveball. Was out in front of it.
No balls and a strike to Walker Bazile. Bollinger, he's become the story. Remember, he was in jeopardy early in this game, not to last long at all. And here he is, having allowed just 1 run, 1 out away from a complete game win. High and away. Obviously, he likes pitching against Brother Martin in this ballpark. Remember last year,
that's right.
1 run in 6 innings to beat them here 7-1.
That's right.
Well, the score is almost the same now.
Just amazing the job that he's done tonight. Struggling early.
1-1 pitch high and away, 2-1. Sometimes that last out is the hardest to get. 2 balls and a strike.
Yes, because you kind of lose concentration sometime.
Here's the 2-1, and he's way outside, so 3-1. And Frank Cazzo would love not to have to use another pitcher in this game. Got the first 2 outs on 2 pitches.
You put this over the plate, let him hit it out the park.
His 106 pitch is not close, so there's a walk. And now he's got to face Gauthier. Gauthier is singled, flied out twice. Well, this is Bollinger's longest out in the year. He had that 6 1/3 against Jesuit in that 15-inning game earlier this year.
Right.
Bollinger will work from the stretch. And a strike called. It's 0-1.
And Rummel is not holding the runner on because that runner means nothing at first base.
Correct.
They want to close down that gap between first and second.
No balls and a strike. Stretch. And now the pitch. And a pop-up should end it. Center fielder coming. Second baseman out. Can anybody get there? And the answer is no. Nobody got there, and it's a base hit. So the game is alive with first and third and 2 outs. Well, you saw it leave the bat straight up in the air, and you thought, sure, that was it, but nobody could get to it. Frank Cazzo's coming to the mound. This might be it for Bollinger. 1 out away from a complete game, or he still has enough pitches for 1 more hitter if he wants to leave him in. Made a good pitch there. He got a pop-up, but it found green space.
Yep, he jammed him.
He's at 108 right now, so he's got another hitter left for sure if he can get him, but he's got a tough hitter in Eli Booth.
Right.
A long conversation, making sure. And I'm sure he's also telling him, don't worry about the runner at first.
Right.
If he wants to take off, let him go. Just need an out here. Got the first 2 outs on 2 pitches, but then a walk and a base hit, the 8th hit for Brother Martin in the game. And here is Eli Booth. You did the game here at Jesuit Brother Martin. It looked like both sides had the game won, and
it's like
down to the last out with nobody on, and they rallied to tie it, and then did Brother Martin.
Well, take it a step further in a minute.
Here's Booth, and that is over below, ball 1.
Both teams turned double plays and had 2 outs with nobody on.
Right. Well, with nobody warming up for Rummel, they'd have to use somebody that's in the field right now to come in to pitch.
Right.
If Bollinger can't get this hitter. 1-0. Pop foul back to the netting. It's 1-1. Eli Booth 0 for 3. He's driven in 17 on the year. Runner at third is Bazile. Goche is at first. Weather threatening. Rummel went out away. 1-1 the count. The pitch. And he hit him, and now the bases are loaded. And Brother Martin is 1 base runner away from bringing the tying run to the plate.
Right.
Last out, the hardest one again. That's probably going to do it for Bollinger. It's his second batter of the game.
I just think he might be done, this being his longest stint.
Yeah. And now Colin Roussel, who's grounded out twice and walked. They're going to let Bollinger pitch to this hitter. Almost running somebody to the bullpen.
Yep.
But nobody has even started to throw, though. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And the pitch. And that's ball 1. Last out, the hardest out to get. I'll say it again. 1 more base runner. They've got the tying run at the plate.
You are correct.
1-0 the count on Roussel. He's driven in 16. Here's another. And that is a strike. It's 1-1.
That's a good pitch. It was a little bit more.
Well, he's pitched out of trouble. First 3 innings, unbelievably. Right. Can he do it again? Stranded 7 in 3 innings. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Colin Roussel waits for the 1-1, and here it is. And strike 2 call. Good fastball. And now Raiders are strike away. 1-2 the count. One ball and 2 strikes. Check of the runners on every base time call.
What a ball game.
Here it is. Outside, it's 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. On 2-2. He breaks it to the outside edge, and it's called a ball, and it's full 3-2. That was close. No call. And now the runners will take off from every base as the drama builds. And Roussel, who had 3-2, waits.
I'd throw the curveball again right here.
Bazile third, Goche second, Booth at first. Bollinger with a payoff pitch, and ball 4, a runner's home. Tying run will come to the plate, and that'll be all for Bollinger. And it's a 6-2 game. He just couldn't finish it, kind of ran out of gas here.
Yep, I think so. But what an effort tonight. What an effort tonight.
Just a tremendous effort by this young man. And now with the pitching change, we'll see who Rummel's bringing in. With the tying run at the plate, this game's not over by any stretch.
No,
and how big was that last double by Sterling now?
That's right.
New pitcher for Rummel is going to be Brady Ramon. So Ramon will take over for the Raiders in the 7th with the bases loaded and the tying run at the plate in a 6-2 ball game. Bollinger came within a strike of finishing this and just couldn't quite do it. Stands to win, cannot lose. Hit 2 batters in the game. And of course, with the walks in this inning, he walked 4, struck out 4. And now Brady Ramon, the right-hander, is on. Ramon one of the few seniors on the Rummel team. Brady Ramon, 9 appearances. Now, 8 of those have been starts. This is only his second game out of the bullpen. Ramon is 2-3 with a 3.35 earned run average. 37 2/3 innings. He's allowed 33 hits, 21 runs, 18 earned. He's walked 23, but he struck out 40. So walk's a bit of a problem, but strikeouts are plentiful. He does have 7 wild pitches, and he's hit 3 batters. So with Brady Ramon, having seen him several times, it's all about command. Pretty good arm. He's been pretty solid for this team for 2 years now, and he comes in a situation where he's trying to. It's a safe situation with the bases loaded.
Correct. Well, time runs at the plate, yes.
Correct. So Ramon looking for his first save. Schmidt and Ryan have saves for Rummel this year. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's Sully Stringer, the Louisiana Tech commit. He's singled in 3 trips, driven home a run. He's big and strong enough to do some damage here.
Oh,
Call.
He can certainly make this a 6-5 game.
Stands back in. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ramon from the stretch and to the plate. And ball 1. Down and out, 1-0. 2 walks and a hit batsman in this inning have given Brother Martin a chance, just like in the previous inning. A walk and a hit batsman set the table for Rummel. 1-0 the count. Ramon is stretching. Ramon is pitching. And that's down. It's 2-0.
You can't give good teams base runners. Just can't do it. Errors and walks and hit batters.
So 2 balls and no strikes on Stringer. Ramon from the stretch to the plate. And he got one over. It's 2-1.
He throws hard.
As I mentioned earlier, I've seen him several times. It's all about command. He has a good arm. 2-1 the count. Again, one of the few seniors on this team. And it's a senior moment where you need a senior to come through if you want to win a game. The 2-1. Chopper toward first should end it. Centeni to the bag, and the Rummel Raiders have defeated the Brother Martin Crusaders by the score of 6-2. Here the seeding Ramon comes in and does the job, gets the out, and the Raiders get a big win here tonight, Kenny.
Absolutely, and this is a big win to be able to split with Brother Martin. The just the no-quit attitude. You know, the difference from the early game to the later in the game is, you know, Brother Martin gave him some base runners, and then Rummel started putting the ball in play. You know, for the first run, ball wasn't hit hard. It was a tough play for the shortstop, but he doesn't make the play, and that gives Rummel their first run.
Well, you got to go back and look at the fact that Brother Martin left 7 men on in the first 3 innings and left the bases loaded on again in the 7th inning. So 10 men left on base in the game. In fact, the totals of the game, it's 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 5 left for Rummel. It's 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 10 left for Brother Martin. The winning pitcher, Brock Bollinger, 6 2/3, 8 hits, 2 runs. Walked 4, struck out 4, hit 2, and he improves to 2-2. And the losing pitcher was Alex Lesch. He pitched great until the last 2 innings and just had some problems, and Rummel took advantage, and he drops to 4-2 with the defeat. You give a save to Brady Ramon, who comes in and gets the big out with the bases loaded to secure the victory for Rummel. The game took 2 hours and 26 minutes to play, and Rummel beats Brother Martin by the score of 6-2, and Rummel improves to 15-13-1 and now 5-3 in 9-5A, and Brother Martin sees its 12-game win streak end. It's 20-5 and 7-1 in the league. Some final thoughts, Kenny?
Well, just a typical Rummel Brother Martin game. 2 good teams, 2 well-coached teams. You know, guys with character that come up to the plate in big situations and they come through. Bollinger, you know, gutting it out the first 3 innings. when Brother Martin leaves 7 men on, and you know, that's going to come back and always bite you when you leave 7 men on like that in the first 3 innings. And that's what kept Rummel in the game. Brock just did a great job. Lesch did a great job. You know, just a typical Catholic League game. And I'm proud of both of these teams. They both left it out there. They both played hard. And the Raiders came out on top tonight.
Yeah, let me correct. It's 7 hits, not 8 for Brother Martin, because LeBlanc, who had that double earlier, missed first base, and by rule, official scoring, he's out at first. It's a 3 put out, so it's not a hit. Right. And therefore 7 hits for Brother Martin rather than 8 in the game based on official scoring. That takes place correctly to make that a fact. What a game here tonight. I mean, the final score doesn't indicate it, but this was a great game.
Great game. Great game. You know, it had its ebb and flow, and, you know, the big momentum. You know, Rummel got that when they got that first run across the plate. And I think you could see the momentum change a little bit there. And you know, give credit to Lesch and LeBron. I mean, they both threw outstanding ball games tonight. And they both, you know, deserve the better fate. You know, Lesch deserved the chance to pick up a W. And then Bullinger should have had a chance to have a complete game. But, you know, Ramon comes on and finishes it, and it turns out to be a great Catholic League game.
Well, Kenny, it's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did.
Oh, as usual, of course.
Right. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it, Jim.
Thank you.
Once again, our final tonight, the Raiders defeat Brother Martin 6-2. Want to thank Todd for a job well done. Our cameramen, great job, fellas. And for Kenny Forsang, I'm Ken Trahan saying thanks for joining us this evening and be a good sport. God bless you one and all. We are rounding third and heading home. So long.